Where's the chat? Why do I not see the chat? Oh, there it is. Hello, I've got a few people waiting in here. Can anybody hear me? Hello again. Okay, Dragon Riders on the stream. Cool. We are Pro Wrestling. Welcome aboard. Hello, and I'm assuming everybody can hear me okay? I just popped up the WCW pay-per-view list, and first thing that came up was Greed. We all want to watch Greed, don't we? The funeral pay-per-view. Alrighty, Peltzer, welcome aboard. The flag next to my Giants banner, that is a Cal Ripken flag commemorating when he broke the record, the Iron Man record for most consecutive games played. I remember, God, that was such a huge deal. I remember that like it was yesterday. I never saw Greed, to be honest. I never wanted to watch it because knowing what it is now, the final WCW pay-per-view has just got this big, like, sadness to it. It's just kind of like, oh God, that was the end, unfortunately. But we've got happier times right now. Great American Bash 1992. Richie Rose, welcome back. Okay, this right here, Great American Bash 1992, is the first WCW pay-per-view that I ever watched live on pay-per-view. And I wanted to see this show because I had gotten sucked into the program between Sting and Big Van Vader for the WCW World Heavyweight Title. So this is their first encounter on pay-per-view, and I cannot wait to watch this again. I haven't seen it in a few years, but it might be my favorite WCW match of all time. So let's just go ahead and get started. If you're following along on the network, you're going to go to pay-per-views, WCW 1992, look for Great American Bash 92. I'll give you a few minutes to get there. Tried looking up Monty Brown's heel turn on YouTube. I cannot find it for the life of me. Which match was it? It was Diamond Dallas Page versus Jeff Jarrett in TNA. So see, because that was the finish. It was Monty turning heel. So if you can find that match on YouTube, it'll be on that. Keep getting all these notifications. Crazy, man. Oh, Josh, how did you become a Giants fan in Baltimore? It's a family thing. My family is originally from New York, and they were big Giants fans. So it just kind of rubbed off on me. Yeah, they do use old TNA footage. It's kind of amazing. Mega Maid. Why are we referencing Mega Maid? It's Mega Maid. She's gone from suck to blow. Do something. Do something. Do something. Okay, but we're ready to go now. I'm assuming everybody who's following along in the network is already there. Okay, so let's see. Great American Bash 1992. Big Van Vader battles Sting for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship and a tag team tournament to crown the new NWA Tag Team Champions. We're going to have fun with this. Okay, we're going to get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, this is a good day for me, like, you know, for the streams. I really like the Clash. Let's see. All right. Rude and Austin, Rhodes and Windham, the Freebirds, Hase and Nagami, Koloff and Steamboat, Pillman and Liger, Gordy and Williams. Those are your teams that are left over. The Steiners getting cut at the very end of the Clash of the Champions. They got Sting and Big Van Vader. Interesting. It's in Georgia. Typically, the Bash would be in Baltimore. And before anybody asks, no, I never went to Great American Bash. I never attended in person. Magnum TA and Tony Schiavone. That's an interesting announce team. Do you remember where you were and how you felt while watching this show, when you first saw the show? I was down in my parents' basement watching this on the big screen, and I just remember being so excited for Sting versus Vader. And I marked out for Steamboat and various other things, but Rick Rude as well. But I was kind of like, Sting and Vader was my main focus. But anyway, we're replaying the Clash of Champions. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, good stream today. Like, I really like the Clash of Champions. I really like Saturday night's main event, and now we're getting to relive my first WCW pay-per-view. So this is just good all around. Did you ever go to a WCW show at all, pay-per-view or house show? No, I didn't, unfortunately. Were your parents wrestling fans too? My dad was back in the day. Like, he was a big Bruno fan. So he was kind of excited that I started watching it too.
That because of the eye injury, now you're seeing some footage of Kieran Ogami at the ophthalmologist back in Tokyo. Because of the injury, that Shinya Hashimoto will take his place. How do you think that's going to do in that match with the Freebird?
Well, I know the Japanese contingency are very shrewd people, and I know that the replacement they put in Ogami's place will be more than up to the challenge.
But anyway, going back to your earlier question, how I felt when I first watched the show, I was just so focused on Sting versus Vader. And when it was over, I was like, holy shit. Finally, we get the brackets. A full look at the brackets. Gordy and Williams only have to win 3 matches, or only have to win 2 matches to win the tournament, because their second round match was against the Steiners on the Clash. Hogan versus Bruno would be the match for you two. They could have done that match at Mania too, because Bruno was available and Hogan needed an opponent. They could have done Hogan versus Bruno if they wanted to. What the fuck is Jesse the Body wearing? Okay. 91, 94, NWA, WCW is actually one of my favorite eras in wrestling. It had its ups and downs. Like, there was some shit in 91 that was terrible, but 92, I mean, based on the clashes we've been watching, it was pretty good. And some of the other stuff I remember from that era, like 92 was pretty good. I went to a Saturday night taping in late 97. How was that? I miss Gordon Soley. Yeah, Gordon Soley, great. You almost can't replace that. There's Eric Bischoff with Bill Watts. God, all the stars are out for this show. Hogan versus Bruno could have sold out the Garden in like 10 minutes. I mean, that would have been like the perfect place to have that match would have been Madison Square Garden, because the crowd would have been rabid. And I think, just a thought, I think they would have cheered for Bruno over Hulk, especially back then.
There has been a lot of controversy about the rules. You got to realize, just like the American League and the National League in baseball, that rules, one has the designated hitter, the other has the pitcher come up to bat each time. Or like in amateur wrestling, in freestyle, and in NCAA collegiate catch-as-catch-can, there are rules differences. The athletes can easily adapt to them. The one rule difference is on the National Wrestling Alliance Tag Team Tournament, the top rule is in effect. They can do anything they want off the top rope. In the WCW World Title with Sting and Big Van Vader, if you jump off the top rope onto your opponent, it's a disqualification. That doesn't mean...
Oh, this is where Bill Watts started that stupid rule where if you jump off the top rope, you get disqualified. That is the dumbest fucking rule. Bill, what the fuck were you
It's
thinking?
still an athletic contest, and there's 2 world titles to be decided today. So the bottom line is.
So I'm going to close these windows.
Let's go hook 'em up. All right, let's get up to Gary Michael Capella.
I mean, fortunately, Sting and Vader are 2 guys that don't have to rely on jumping off the top rope, but what a dumb rule. I mean, you want to talk about, like, being behind the times. We're starting with Flying Brian and Liger. DDP and Hennig. Okay, that's a cool match. Is Sid Vicious on this show? No, he was, I don't think so. He may have appeared on the show. I don't remember, but I don't remember him being on the show. I think he had just wrapped up with Vince at this point.
2 former WCW light heavyweight champions in action. I gotta think they're gonna love the fact that this match contains the NWA rules, yes, off the top.
I would like to have Liger's actual theme for this.
Give a big advantage to Liger and Pillman because both of these competitors like to go off that top rope. NWA, they'll be able to use it. Let's go back to Gary Kapinski in the ring.
And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents. Introducing first, formerly of Lithuania, now residing in the
Oh, we're getting a babyface match. We're getting Liger and Pillman versus Steamboat and Nikita Koloff. This one's going to be cool. This one's going to be cool. I like Ricky Steamboat's WCW theme.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, who on 5 occasions has held the NWA Tag Team Championship. 4 times with the late Jay Youngblood, 1 time with Paul Jones. Nikita Koloff has been an NWA Tag Champion on 2 occasions. So as far as experience is concerned, I think we have to cast our vote for Koloff and Steamboat using that criteria. But the off-the-top rope offense that can be generated by Pillman and Liger may offset the experience advantage.
Also, too, you got to look at it. Koloff and Steamboat are going to have a definite weight advantage. You know, they're 2 legitimate.
What did you think of Billy Kidman in WCW? A lot of raw potential never got fully realized. Like, he was really getting over, and it felt like there was something there, but it never fully got tapped into. For whatever reason, I don't know. But it's a shame. But he was one of those WCW missed opportunities. But I don't know if that was, if it was politics in his case. I just don't know. Like, they just never did anything to get him to that next level.
He's given up far too much weight.
Collar and elbow tie-up. Both men jockeying for position here in the early going. Pillman with the side headlock. Koloff trying a waist lock. And there you see the strength that Koloff possesses.
Yeah, Koloff going to be the powerhouse in this match.
Well, that's what Liger and Pillman are going to have to put up with. They're not gonna
But, bro, he beat Hulk Hogan, bro, okay? I'm telling you. This kid, I booked him to beat Hulk Hogan, bro, okay? That'll make him a main event star immediately. Bro.
With the mass of Koloff, his body weight.
Well, there you got the classic example of a heavyweight meeting a light heavyweight.
But, bro, let me tell you, those people at WCW with their standards and practices, they never let me write the show that I wanted to write. I needed to have the freedom that I had at WWF under Vince McMahon, okay? But they wouldn't let me have that freedom. They were always freaking out and trying to cut my legs out from under me, bro. I'm telling you. They they just screwed me over every which way but loose. I had this great $1 million idea. I would have Lenny Lane go to the ring and perform sodomy. Lenny Lane performing sodomy would give WCW the attention it needed to get back into the race in the Monday Night Wars, bro. I'm telling you. Now, who would he perform sodomy on? Who else? Hulk Hogan, bro. Who else but Hulk Hogan would I have him perform sodomy on? You got to know what's right for business, bro. Roll up by Pillman.
Well, he's gonna have to.
You need to do an entire video in that voice. I don't know if I could keep it up for an entire video. Actually, that was a bit that a friend of mine did way back when, like years ago. He used to do this whole bit on Vince Russo about it's like I would have Lenny Lane perform sodomy. Who would he perform sodomy on? Well, who else? Hulk Hogan. What do you mean? Who would I have him perform sodomy? It has to be Hulk. Be nobody else but Hulk. Bro, you gotta know your stars, bro. If I don't do it to Hulk, then it doesn't mean anything, bro. All right, quick tags here by Liger and Pillman.
And you know what else that could take away if they hurt that arm bad enough? It takes away the Russian sickle from him because he won't be able to use that.
There's a tag. Karate kicks.
Yeah, do a Cornette Russo debate, but with my imitations of them. Which Cornette voice should I do? Should I do the Bruce Pritchard Mickey Mouse voice, or should I do like an actual imitation of Cornette? Let me tell you, motherfucker, all you got to do is put a motherfucker in a box and then he gets over. It's Wrestling 101. God damn it. Suppose it's business, motherfucker. Ooh. Koloff is like, Liger, you don't mean shit to me. Yeah, Liger, you're not going to take him down. Drops down. Drop kick. Still won't go down. There you go. Liger took him down. Or, like I said, should it be the Mickey Mouse voice? Goddamn, son of a bitch! I'll kill you, you motherfucker! Motherfucker! Oh, my pet Rat George died. Oh, no.
Smart wrestling goes back to the arm again.
My poor Rat George. Down goes Pillman. Here comes Steamboat. You know, again, going back to 83 weeks, you know, Bischoff talking about the production side of things and how he wanted to brighten the shows up. I can see what he's talking about here, where like there's no light on the crowd at all, and it just doesn't look as good. Yeah, it's just like it's those little production touches that helped improve the quality of WCW, at least from a production standpoint. Because right now it's like with no light on the crowd, it looks like they're trying to hide the fact that nobody bought a ticket, which is what that kind of looks like. Yeah, I think NXT is going for that kind of old school NWA look by doing that, but I think it looks better to have a light on the crowd. That's just me, but arm bar.
We'll find out in a matter of hours.
Wrist lock by Koloff, or by Steamboat, excuse me.
Leapfrog, leapfrog. Oh, Steamboat caught him. Inverted atomic drop. Bad landing for Pillman. Down he goes. Arm drag.
Great combination of moves by the Dragon right there. Finished it off with the arm drag, and now he's got Brian Pillman's arm into an arm bar right there, putting the pressure on him.
Arm drag. Arm bar. The moss-covered three-handled family credunza. What is it? The moss-covered three-handled family credunza. Hold 4. Arm bar. Double drop kick. Liger and Pillman. That's a great pairing for a team. Oh, referee out of position there. Liger's hot. And I don't mean attractive. I mean, he's pissed. Shoulder block. Liger kicks out. This is a nice little dream match. Liger and Steamboat. I don't think I've ever seen them work together aside from this pay-per-view. And Nikita Koloff is, yeah, Koloff and Steamboat are a nice little power and athleticism little team here. I remember rooting for them to win the tournament because I was a huge mark for Steamboat.
I don't know if it was by any choice. He caught that elbow, flew into his own corner, and it was more a tag of survival.
Yeah, the 1,004 holds, the original list of Jericho.
I think Koloff and Steamboat feel that they have the best chance of winning this match by a mat wrestling situation. That's exactly what you're seeing here.
Well, the unique thing as far as the Koloff-Steamboat combination goes, you're going to have two very different styles. Koloff, the power man, he's going to stick down on the mat. But Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, he can go airborne with these two light heavyweights if he wants to.
Going back up to a vertical base.
Yeah, it's nice that Bill Watts allows them to use top rope moves. It's still like...
Fire Steamboat off, going to the far side, coming right back at you here.
And I'm a type of guy that likes rules in wrestling. I mean, I'm one of the guys that enjoyed the Ring of Honor Pure title. I really like the Ring of Honor Pure title, but those rules made sense. They didn't do anything that restricted the guys. What's the most overrated non-Mania match to you? Non-Mania match.
Well, we got a wrestling. Endurance is going to come into play as time wears on. Maybe the two light heavyweights.
I'd have to think about that. That's hard to say. That's a really tough one. I can't think of one off the top of my head.
In fact, I'll go on record. I think the longer the match goes, the advantage might go to Liger.
Oh, God, those kicks for Steamboat.
Martial arts kick by Liger. There's a backbreaker. He's going out top. Here he comes.
Moonsault onto Steamboat. 1, 2. No, Steamboat kicked out. Steamboat versus Jericho. They had some really good matches, even though Steamboat was like at the end of his career. Like past retired. Tombstone on Ricky Steamboat. Jesus. 1, 2. Steamboat kicked out. We're getting hot and heavy now. Big senton splash. Back suplex on. Tags in Nikita. Ooh, boot to the gut by Nikita. Elbow drops by Nikita. I remember there was a time when the internet hated everybody that was a power wrestler. Like literally, like in the late 90s, early 2000s, the smart marks literally hated anyone that was like Nikita Koloff. Like it was crazy. Whatever happened to Nikita? I think he retired like not long after this. But yeah, if there was anybody that was like a big power guy, the smart marks fucking hated them. And I think that's part of the negative Dave Meltzer influence. But it was like, to get over with the smart marks, you either had to be a high flyer or a hardcore wrestler in the late 90s. And then in the 2000s, it kind of transitioned from you either had to be a high flyer or a technical mat guy.
Steamboat picks him up. Great strength by Ricky Steamboat. Another backbreaker.
Ricky showing his power here, just breaking Liger. 3 backbreakers and then power slam. There you go. 1, 2, no. So Young Bucks and Zack Sabre Jr. Yeah, exactly, pretty much. You had to be exactly like those guys. And that's how Ring of Honor got to be the way it was in its earlier days, where everybody looked the same and had the same match, and all the smart marks were jizzing themselves over it. But it's like, guys, you need variety. You can't just have the same guys in the same match all the time. And I think Ring of Honor is in a much better place now. Their shows are much better paced. They've got more variety of talent. Much more exciting show.
That's the one thing about Jushin Liger. You can't tell if he's got a pained expression on his face. That is one ugly looking mask, Jim Ross. He looks like the Predator.
Yeah, NXT and New Japan have a little bit of everything. Actually, I mean, that's one of the reasons I love Yano so much, Toru Yano so much. And he's one of those guys, netmarks kind of shit on him. And I'm like, dude, he's a comedy act. He's fine. And he's legitimately funny. I have no problem with him. And like I've said in the past, he has amazing chemistry with Suzuki. They are like, if this were cartoons, they would be like one of the great like Tom and Jerry like comedy duos in animation. They are great together. Can Liger get the tag? No. It's funny. Everybody else is working babyface. Nikita is kind of the heel by default because of how big he is compared to everybody else. Steamboat comes off the top. Jackknife roll up. 1, 2. No. Oh, big kick by Liger. And here comes Flying Brian. This is another good matchup. Liger or Steamboat and Brian Pillman. Nikita gets drop kicked off the apron.
And the Dragon is in major trouble here.
Pillman going for it. Side headlock. So now the advantage. Pillman and Liger have the offensive advantage here.
Oh, yeah, there are a few guys that you could learn more from than Ricky Steamboat. I mean, Ricky, if I were a babyface in the business, I would be picking Steamboat's brain like nobody's business because he's arguably the greatest babyface in the history of the business.
U.S. title and Nikita Koloff, but they have put those individual situations out of their mind for this high-stakes tag team matchup. Tag made. Liger on the top of the drop kick.
Big drop kick by Liger.
Steamboat is in serious shape right here.
Oh, look at cartwheel. Oh, my God. That looked awesome.
Liger putting up the leg. Another good one.
Oh.
Martial arts display here, Chess.
Steamboat firing back. There's the tag to fit Nikita.
Nikita gets in. And Liger kicking away at Nikita.
Into the legs. And then back upstairs. He doesn't want to get caught in that wrist lock. Or the chin lock again.
But going back to what I was saying earlier about diversity of talents, I mean, I love that New Japan's roster has guys like Bad Luck Fale on it. It's like, I like different talents, different skill sets, different things. I don't want everybody to look exactly the same.
I'm not paying attention and Flying Brian.
Are you a morning person or a night owl? I'm kind of neither in a way. Like in a weird way, I'm neither because I'm not like up and ready to go in the morning, but I can function in the morning. But at night, it's like if I'm not in bed by 11, I'm fucked. So it's really weird. Drop kick by Liger. We got a pin, ref.
They got big Nikita reeling out there.
Here we go. Pillman's gonna fly. Springboard clothesline. Best drop kick. I'll tell you what, Okada's got a really good drop kick. There you go, missile drop kick. Drop kick on Steamboat. They gonna beat him? 1, 2. Nikita kicked out. Is this racing or wrestling? I swear to God, if it's wrestling, I will make you watch Chilean soccer. What the fuck? This is wrestling, dude.
Reversal of the Irish whip.
Big boot.
But Pillman stops it with a foot to the face.
Comes back with a knee to the face.
Oh, Pillman went for a
Go for a sleeper there. Get on his
sleeper
back.
hold, but
Back for it.
they fell over.
Exactly what he was trying to do.
And he's hooked the sleeper. It's going to take a lot to put Koloff out, though.
So many great athletes over the years have used a sleeper. Gripping the carotid artery, restricting the flow of blood to the brain. Koloff needs to make the tag. Steamboat's there, but he couldn't do it.
Koloff gonna get the tag.
Up there to begin with, Ross.
Jawbreaker.
Especially in the
Oh, jawbreaker. Okay.
Well, he was smart enough to think of that counter. He did use his head, indeed, in that maneuver.
The only thing I like about Koloff's is haircut.
Both men near their corner. Both men are in, and both men need to make the tag. And they do.
All right. Liger and Steamboat are in there. Leapfrog by Steamboat. Enziguri by Liger. 1, 2, no. Oh, missed the drop kick. Steamboat gets on top. 1, 2, no. Goes for hip toss. Liger with a backslide. 1, 2, no.
Jushin Liger with that quick backslide right there almost got Ricky the Dragon. Was there a tag? There was now.
Tag Brian. Steamboat don't know where he is. Cross body by Brian. 1, 2, no. Do you think Ospreay and Ibushi could make a good Best of the Super Juniors finals match? I think they could have an amazing match.
And that's what Steamboat's trying to do is get into a
All right, bridge up by Steamboat and Brian. Oh, they couldn't quite get it over. The Steamboat gets a backslide. 1, 2, no. I'm reading comments, dude. Big back suplex onto Steamboat.
From my understanding, if both teams are counted out, then both will be eliminated. And that would put Williams and Gordy right into the finals.
Ospreay is bulking up big time. I love how he's evolved his style over the last 24 months. He's gotten, like, he's going to be really, really good in a few years, I think. Maybe even sooner than that. Uh-oh, all 4 men are in. Crossbody by Brian, but Steamboat rolls over. 1, 2, 3. Steamboat and Nikita win it. They advance. Really good opener there. That was good. Sorry, dude. Sorry I missed your comments, but I must have missed them. About random stuff? I like random stuff. Ospreay versus Neville would be insane.
Two and three, big win for Steamboat and Koloff. They advance. They'll beat Dr. Death and Bam Bam Gordy in the semis.
Great tag team strategy. Koloff prevented Liger from being able to interrupt the count. So a real team victory, but you got to hand it to Liger and Pillman. Great offensive effort, and then came
Zack Sabre Jr. versus Bryan Danielson would be the ultimate submission match. Ooh, in an ultimate submission match. That would be interesting.
Just one team that didn't get lucky. Last Sunday in Atlanta, they lost the World Tag Team titles. Rick and Scott Steiner are here.
Yeah, that's a really good Steamboat theme. I like his WCW theme.
Well, I know that they're standing by right now with our colleague Eric Bischoff. Let's go back.
I have no idea who Baldy from Baldy's Basics in Education and Learning is. I have no idea who that is.
I am with the former WCW World Tag Team Champions and the current IWGP Tag Team Champions, the Steiner brothers. And Scott
The Steiners.
as you two have
Scott's looking a little big here. A little bit of the Big Papa Pump look here.
But as spectators. That's right, typical Eric. If I can say one thing, there's been a lot of great athletes throughout the history of sports. One that comes to mind, Muhammad Ali.
The Metalhead.
Greatest boxing champions of all time.
Welcome to the stream, Metalhead. Do you prefer great wrestling characters or great in-ring wrestlers? I don't necessarily have a preference. I just like whatever you can do to get me to connect with you works for me. Whether it be a great character or a great whatever you do inside the ring. However you connect with me in the audience, that's all that matters to me.
And they came back.
In the eye.
Scared. I've never been scared in my life. I'm nothing.
Fucking Steiners. They're so good.
This ain't over, and I've never set out a tournament in my life, high school or college. Gordy, Williams, it ain't over. All I can say is, kids, you better get parental consent to watch it, because it ain't gonna be pretty.
Yeah, I noticed no PN News on today's Clash. I wonder if that means I don't think PN News lasted that long. The old poop nugget.
In the NWA Tag Team Tournament, it is set for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing team number 1, both from Japan. Total combined weight of 480 pounds. Hiroshi Asai and Shinya Hashimoto.
That's Hase there coming to the ring. And Hashimoto, the replacement.
You want a sub? Can you stream on Sunday the 29th? Soccer match of no, I mean I don't watch soccer, so no, that's probably not going to be something I do. I'm not a soccer fan, so not very likely you'll get soccer live streams from me. Although Eric Bischoff is now apparently doing streams of Doctor Who, which is weird as shit.
And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents. From Backstreet USA.
I do not like this version of the Freebirds theme. I miss Bad Street USA. Hashimoto is the replacement partner here, but yeah. You should stream during Giants games. Yeah, but then you'll see me like throw a fucking bitch fit all the time, and who wants that? And I'll be drinking heavily. I love Mexican wrestling, so cool. That's cool. Streaming Doctor Who while advertising Blue Chew. Yeah, dude, like, I don't even need Blue Chew, and I feel like, man, I need to buy this stuff. Bischoff makes it sound so great. Samoa Joe said he wrestled this man Hashimoto a lot. Okay, cool. He kind of looks like Joe's body type a little bit.
It will be Hiroshi Hase, starting out with Freebird Michael P.S. Hayes here. And it's good to see referee Nick Patrick back in action. Nick Patrick been out several months recovering from a injury sustained in an automobile accident.
Just a few years out, like literally, like less than 3 years later, this man would be Doc Hendricks in the WWF. Doop, doop, doop.
You see Michael P.S. Hayes doing the moonwalk there, and you see Ozzy looking at him like, what the heck is that?
Ozzy, a tremendous athlete, a college professor before he got into professional wrestling. Very intelligent, very articulate young man.
I bet he even speaks Japanese.
Fluently, as a matter of fact. Side headlock by Hiroshi Hase on Freebird Michael Hayes.
And that's not an easy language to learn, Ross.
Side headlock takeover. Hayes.
I think Jericho said Hashimoto had some of the hardest kicks ever. I believe it. They don't take it easy over there in Japan.
In his first match.
Michael Hayes trying to keep him pinned in this leg scissors. You can see him using the hands trying to keep Hase's head down in there, not let him flip out. Couldn't do it.
Great move. Good counter move by Hase.
Hashimoto was the longest reigning IWGP champion prior to Okada. The more you know. That's our fun fact of the day. When was he the champion? Just out of curiosity.
And Hayes, nice counter by Michael Hayes. Front face lock into a lateral press into the armbar.
I want to see Ibushi and Alistair have a shoot kickboxing fight. That'd be interesting. Can they shoot kickbox? That's the thing.
And Jimmy Jam better be careful. He gets back in that Japanese corner over there. They'll cut off the ring on him.
Hashimoto has those dangerous feet.
Oh, geez.
Tremendous training since he was a young.
What is the main event of this show? It's the finals of the tag team tournament. That's the closing match. Sting and Vader was the match before the main event.
Nice quick move there by Jimmy Jam.
Oh, nice takedown by Hashimoto.
Good move there by Hashimoto, and Garvin very quickly back up vertical.
You know, they do eat fish heads and rice over there, Ross.
I've heard that.
Oh my God, Jesse. How did you become a governor? All your opponents had to do was play back some of your old commentaries and how racist you were. April 1996 to August 1997. Okay. Also held the belt in 93 and 94. Okay.
So completely different strategy here for the Birds, but they're veterans. They should be able to adapt. Takedown by Hashimoto.
And I think Hashimoto had a little bit of hair right there, but he hit it well from the referee. Referee didn't see a thing. He can't call what he
I remember watching this pay-per-view when I was a kid. Me too. Bring back some fun memories.
Originally number 2 seed in this tournament. Wrist lock applied. Garvin back heel, good move. Back heel trip by Garvin.
Hey, you could take all the seeds, I think, and throw them out the window at this point. Seeding doesn't matter when you get to the quarters.
Hard chops by Hase. Front face lock. Ties up Garvin, keeps Garvin in the corner, and makes the tag to the big man. Tremendous kick. And they will take their toll.
This pay-per-view was, give or take, a year and a half before I was even born. Yeah, I was always fascinated to watch stuff that happened before I started watching, so I like that the WWE Network allows for that. Like all these young kids, they get to go back and watch some of this old stuff.
Didn't hook the leg. Perhaps that was the difference. But be that as it may, Garvin able to kick out and quickly.
Tag into Michael.
The bigger of the Freebirds, Michael P.S. Hayes in. And those are just some American right hands coming back to work on the tricep.
And those are legal blows right there. That's the forearm. He's hitting with the forearm to the back of the tricep, steps over with that arm bar and cinches it in, puts the pressure on. You can see the pain on Hashimoto.
The Freebirds have one move that has an international interpretation off. Fingers extended right into the neck. That's a DDT. They can hit it from any position. He caught him in the throat there, I think, with that karate thrust. And the impact of that chop.
You know, one thing about the Japanese team, they can claim ignorance from the referee. They can pretend they don't understand.
Well, they had their interpreter here. They're only going over the rules of every team prior to coming out here.
Oh, believe me, they do understand, but you can bet they'll try to make it seem like they don't to try to get away with a few extra things.
I'll say skipping up Hayes.
Here we go. Oh, almost missed the splash there.
Nice 360 somersault right on Hayes. And that wasn't enough as Hayes able to kick out. Freebirds really feel like they have something to prove here. They were unseated going into the tournament. And the time they were seated, they were the U.S. Tag Champions.
Is this the Lethal Lottery pay-per-view? No, I believe that was Starrcade, right? Starrcade 91 and 92. That was the Lethal Lottery. That whole idea, the Battle Bowl.
I don't know. I don't speak Japanese, Ross. What did he say? I think he said, I got him beat. Count him out.
This right to the abdomen. And Hayes comes back to the left edge.
Chops and slaps. When do we get to the White Castle of Fear? That would be around Super Bowl III. That was that pay-per-view.
On Dizzy Street right now, not Bad Street.
Yeah, back to those kicks. Rather scary. Hey, right there again, right. Tell you, talk about breaking ribs. Take your breath away. Tremendous roundhouse martial arts kicks. As quite frankly, as tough as any I've seen.
Did the ring just shake?
That great agility. He's going for the cover here. And Garvin had to come over, kicked him in the head to interrupt the count. I think Hayes perhaps would have been pinned right there, Jess.
I think he might have been too. Jimmy Jam Garvin thinking, though, hey, if you can get away with it and save your partner, that's what it's all about. It's tag team wrestling.
Hashimoto now showing his strength.
Ooh, big fallaway slam by Hashimoto.
That's one of Hase's favorite moves. Hayes in a lot of trouble. He's taking a lot of punishment from both men, especially the kicks of Hashimoto. Now Hashimoto from behind, that reverse chin lock. And he's got about 270, as Jesse the Body Ventura documented, that Hayes would like to carry. Garvin encouraging his partner.
Well, it's definite the Freebirds got the home field advantage if you want to look at it that way. I mean, they're from Atlanta, GA, Bad Street, USA. Here we are in Albany, GA, a few miles down the road.
Home of the Albany Polecats.
Polecats. You're a polecat, Ross.
Thank you.
I bet you played for him, didn't you?
Hayes' knee, or his hand rammed into the knee of Hase.
What is a polecat, Ross?
It's a cat that stuck up a pole, clearly.
Then I know you're a polecat.
Double team offense by the Japanese here. And the
Oh, God.
is
Hase.
putting Garvin down the ring. He's got to get
He's got some double teaming going on there from Japan.
on the ring as well. They may be putting ignorance right here.
Oh, Michael gets out of that one.
Hase to the knee to the solar plexus of Michael Hayes. They're not listening to the referee.
Ventura doesn't sound like he's about to blow a blood vessel here. I like it. Yeah. Oh, look at Hayes. Get out of that. Jimmy Jam Garvin. One of the weirdest names.
Here comes Jimmy Jam. Legal forearms off the ropes. Drops both Japanese. Big body slam on Hasi. Hashimoto slams him. Great power by Jimmy Jam.
Slam after clothesline.
I don't know if the ref knows.
I know Garvin's the legal man. I'm not sure the other two, the fans here, wanting the DDT. This was a street fight now.
Referee's losing control here.
To get out as he's putting Michael Hayes back outside.
Leapfrog by. Oh!
He got him in the face with that kick.
Northern Light suplex. 1, 2, 3. Hashimoto and Hase win it. Freebirds are gone. Ventura and JR are a great pair. Yeah, they're actually not bad together. JR always mentioned they didn't have great chemistry with each other because Jim had kind of an axe to grind with Jesse, but they sound pretty good. All right, that was an okay match there. I'll be back in just a sec.
It's not to the popularity of the fans, but watch this move by Hase. Over the top right there on Jimmy Jam. Hashimoto catches him with a kick, and look at the beautiful move. Suplex and bridge right here. Look at the bridge. Wham! Down goes Jimmy Jam. Excellent bridge maneuver. 1, 2, 3, and Hashimoto keeps Michael PSAs out of the action. Big win for the Japanese.
And let's go up down to Tony Magnum with Cowboy Bill Watts. Okay, Jim, thank you very much. Cowboy Bill Watts is with us. Also, Mr. Hiro Matsuda, New Japan Pro Wrestling. As we know, the hard-hitting action continues. The NWA Tag Team Tournament. But the NWA Singles Tournament will be held August 6th in Tokyo. And, Bill, I know you have some comments about that.
Right, this tournament, the WCW is very proud to be a participant with New Japan Pro Wrestling. It will be at the Sumo Palace in Tokyo.
Yep, the big gold belt.
They announced it, and it's sold out immediately. It's already sold out. We'll be leaving to go over there to view the finals of this tournament. This is.
Are you watching the WWE Network? Yes, I am. Yes, this is on the network.
I'm presenting it to Mr. Hiro.
Which do you like more, Joe versus Kabashi or Joe versus Punk 1? Ooh. I did my top 10 Ring of Honor match list, and I had both of them on there. I don't remember which one I had ranked above the other. I think I had Punk and Joe up above it.
Following that tournament's name will go on this belt.
Yeah, they got the belt back from Flair.
On behalf of Mr. Sakaguchi, I will take this back to Japan. Thank you very much.
I want to say one thing. When the winners decided, the WCW World Champion Sting also holds a victory over the NWA Champion Ric Flair. We hope to get the champion that they decide through this tournament to then sign a contract to wrestle the World's Champion, Sting, for a consolidation match to have only one World's Champion.
Okay, Bill, thank you very much. Let's go back for our next quarterfinal.
Okay.
NWA Tag Team.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following quarterfinal contest.
Do you think Austin Aries was a good pick to take the belt from Joe? I was a little perplexed by it, to be perfectly honest. Aries was a guy, especially back then, where I was like, I don't see what the big deal is. I came to like him more as time went on, but at the time, I was like, really? That's who they picked to end it? But, we got Rick Rude stunning Steve Austin and Medusa in their corner. Just champions everywhere. The TV champ, the U.S. champ. Yeah, they didn't unify the titles for a long time. Didn't they change the name to the WCW International World Title or something crazy like that?
This is the part I like best. He's talking right to you, Jim Ross. He's going to address this right to
What
you.
I'd like to have right now
Is for all you fat,
is for all you fat,
out of shape,
out of shape, simple-minded sweat hogs. Keep the middle
wrestling today is not as good as it was in the 80s and 90s. No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
and show you what a real sexy man is supposed to look like. Hit the music.
Well, ravishing Rick Rude and Nikita Koloff adorned the cover of the new WCW magazine On sale nationwide this Tuesday, July 14th.
Wow, Rude's cut to the bone here.
Ross, look at the shape this guy's in.
He's a magnificent athlete. Perhaps will go down in history as the greatest U.S. champion of all time. But this is not a single competition event. It is tag team wrestling. And the team that's about to be introduced.
Yeah, a lot of my friends and I were joking when Rick Rude's son gave his induction speech or his acceptance speech. And he started cutting promos and everything. I look at him, he's big as shit, and he can talk. Vince and Triple H are probably drafting up the developmental contract right now. It became the International Championship in October '93. Okay, cool. I got Windham and Dustin. Oh, this is going to be good. Rick Rude, Steve Austin, Dustin Rhodes, and Barry Windham.
New champions for the Dangerous Alliance, the U.S. champion and the television champion. The significance of that, they're individual champions. How well, Jess, will they be able to mesh together in this tag team environment?
Well, I think
I'm not quite a sweat hog. I'm kind of a pig, but I've got some definition here. Not completely out of shape.
In the first round, and I think they proved that. This is going to be a great match of the two Mexicans against the two champions. And don't forget, Medusa's in the corner.
Barry Windham has developed a tremendous rivalry with stunning Steve Austin over Austin's World Television Championship. So they know each other extremely well as they started out here.
I want you to keep watching the action now, Ross. Don't be watching Medusa. I know you're wandering eye. You watch the wrestlers in the ring, I'll watch Medusa.
This is a great match. We just got started. Don't know that yet, but a lot of interesting talents in there.
This team will advance to meet the team from Japan that we just saw.
Yeah, you got Windham and Rude, who are kind of like... Wyndham's probably a little bit past his peak, and Rude is at his peak. And then you've got two guys who in just a few years would explode into the best runs of their careers.
I know you hate to hear it, Ross, but I'm going to bring it up again. Why is Wyndham's right hand taped? It was hurt, 9 months ago?
Have you ever felt that Monsoon was overrated as a commentator? I liked his voice, and I liked how he carried himself at the booth. My biggest issue was his how biased he was towards the baby faces to the point that he sounded like a sycophant. But a lot of babyface commentators have that problem. How would a video review of Great American Bash 2004 go if you did one immediately after the show? I probably would have been laughing my ass off because of the concrete crit match. It's like, I cannot believe what I just watched. That is one of the worst fucking things I've ever seen in my life.
Cheap, take it any way you can. A win's a win.
Yeah, there's JR again. It's like, I almost took a cheap win. It's like, yeah. Damn. Windham with a stiff shot there.
Yeah, you can expect it. What do you expect? I'm telling you, the referee should have taken the scissors out and he should have cut that.
And it's funny, Great American. I also would have gotten in trouble for a video review back then because I would have defended the JBL title win. Because I liked JBL as champion. Sorry. Did you ever see the video of before the show started and Taker rehearsing his speech? I did. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah, I've said it before. Like Eddie and JBL, I like their matches more than the Angle Eddie matches that happened that same year. I thought JBL and Eddie had better chemistry. Don't know why that is. They just did. Side headlock takedown. Wyndham over Austin. Now Austin. The ring mat looks like horribly put together. Like it looks like they just laid a bunch of blankets down and that's it.
Look at that. Look at Stunning Steve saying, hey, that's a take fist, don't hit me again.
You would have gotten 1,000 dislikes if you defended JBL winning the title. Yeah, but I'm like, look, he plays the character well and he gets heat. And SmackDown didn't have a whole lot of heels at the time, so to me it was a move that made some kind of sense. At least based on the desperate situation they were in. All right, Austin tags in Rude.
I love ravishing Rick Rude. He reminds me of me.
I don't know. He's a pretty good looking guy.
So am I.
Eddie and Kurt had their best match in 2005 on SmackDown. I still remember it. Was that around the time Eddie was getting ready to turn on Ray and was getting ready to turn heel? Was it around that point?
Dustin Rhodes in.
Weird question. Do you like the WCW ring or the WWF ring better? I like the WCW ring that would come a little bit after this with the big like yellow WCW logo on it. I thought that was a very nice looking ring. But this one is not that. What about a video review of SummerSlam 2004? It's like, fuck, that crowd was terrible. All right, here comes Dustin. Back suplex by Dustin. It was right after WrestleMania. Okay, I thought so. Funny thing, I'll ask this question to anybody else. Dustin Rhodes and Rick Rude would have a 30-minute Iron Man match. I believe it was 30 minutes on a pay-per-view around the same time. Was that match any good? I mean, I saw it when I was a kid, so I don't really remember. Does anybody know if that match was any good? Because I'm kind of curious to go back and revisit it. Do you think it was too soon to put the world title on Orton? No, I don't. The WCW ring had a great sound. Yeah. Snapmare by Rude.
In fact, the only negative thing Dustin Rhodes has is that ugly fat old man of his.
Well, you're really,
Beach Blast 93. It was okay, but nothing amazing. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I remember Rude and Steamboat had one at Beach Blast 92 that was really good. Even though they had like 10 falls in it. It was ridiculous, like the number of falls they had. But I remember that match being pretty good.
Elbow downstairs, but Rude, that washboard-like abdomen, it took a heck of a blow to penetrate that.
If you're smart, you don't even go after that.
Oh, Tombstone, our second Tombstone tonight. Dustin looks like he's going to break out of it. Flipped out of it. All right. Tombstone by Dustin. 1, 2. Austin breaks it up. That's over 2 years before Undertaker would do that spot for the first time. The flip out Tombstone spot.
Ravishing Rick Rude, the U.S. champion, would have been pinned right there. But Stunning Steve come to the rescue. And look at Dustin Rhodes.
Oh, Rude gets the knees up. Why did people chant "You screwed Brett" at HBK and not Vince and Triple H? Because HBK was the one in the ring, and Vince was getting enough heat as it was for other things. They didn't have to chant "You screwed Brett" at him. They made him the villain. Triple H, at worst, was just guilty by association, and people kind of overlooked it. Here's Stunning Steve Ziggler. A little less like Ziggler this time around, because he's changed his tights, but...
The arch of the foot, that's a legal kick.
I'm glad you're so rules conscious.
I'm always rules conscious.
Irish up into the corner. Dustin reverses. Big clothesline by Steve.
Cutting that clothesline. He may have him right here, fans. Lateral press of Dustin Rhodes, those long legs. They weren't negated. They weren't hooked. Able to kick out. That's where your strength is, in the lower body.
Also, Brett and Sean had the most heat with each other. That's true, yeah. Oh.
Now it comes with a kick of his own now on Stunning Steve, the television champion.
And I'd like to point out that those are legal kicks, Jess.
Yes, they are. I won't deny it. Now they're going to the floor now.
Yeah, Jesse being rules conscious. It's kind of great. But a lot of the times, again, they would try to paint him as the heel, but a lot of times he was right. So it's kind of like, I can't like get mad at that if he's right. Abdominal stretch. That's an old school move if there ever was one. And Dustin looks like he's got it on really well.
And he's got the hands hooked around the neck there, stretching him out. Whoa. And the advantage for Dustin Rhodes in this.
Is Wrestling with Shadows worth a watch? I'd say so. It's very interesting. It's worth checking out.
He can really apply the punch, but look at
Hip toss by Austin. Oh, kick up by Rhodes. Another abdominal stretch. Maybe it's just me, but I'm getting tired of the heel commentator. I'd rather they just be themselves and call the matches like themselves. Here comes Barry. Big flying clothesline on Austin. 1, 2, no. Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat.
I wouldn't even call it a strong kick out.
For me, it's like they keep trying to pigeonhole like a heel commentator in there when really it should be, all right, what was your character before you went to the booth? If you were a heel, then you should be a heel playing commentator, not like filling the role of a heel commentator, but a heel just being a commentator. Kind of like Bobby Roode and Jesse Ventura. They were already heels. They just happen to be commentators too. Trying to turn Michael Cole heel just looks ridiculous. Back suplex. Rick Rude on Barry Windham. Wasn't Ventura always calling Hogan out for eye pokes and stuff like that? Yes, he was. Yes.
Cole Nelson retained Windham in the corner as Austin came in. Austin setting Windham up on the top turnbuckle. He knows exactly how proficient Windham is with a superplex.
Oh, headbutt. Oh, my God. Austin went flying off that. He sold that like a shotgun.
Well, it saved him right there because had Stunning Steve did what he wanted off that rope, it could have been over.
Flying crossbody.
Crossbody crash. And he got an ear fall.
Oh, Medusa's on the apron.
Going ballistic.
Oh, Rude grabs the hair, pulls him down.
Did not see that.
And look at Medusa.
Here comes Rude. Coming off the top.
Up to the top rope. High-risk maneuver, Jim Ross.
Missile dropkick by Rick Rude.
Cole Windham.
1, 2. Windham kicked out.
Whoa, I can't believe that.
There's something by the apron to distract the referee. I think that was obvious.
Pile driver.
Rude trying to send Windham to the pile driver.
Can you get it? Yeah. Ooh, big pile driver.
Oh, Windham is out of it. He's got to go on guts and instinct now.
Rhodes just straight up picks up the pin before it happens.
Too, because ravishing Rick Rude, the US
What Vader Sting match did you like the most? Either this one or the strap match. Those are the two. But the King of Cable tournament finals match at Starrcade is really awesome too. So they just had great matches.
Ready for the tag on the
Come on, Barry. Is he going to get the tag?
Windham needs to make the tag.
No, the heels are holding him back. Oh! Off comes Stunning Steve.
Double axe handle.
Boom.
Cheap shot on Dustin Rhodes on the apron. Austin now with the front face lock.
Austin goes for a suplex. He got it.
Not even a vertical suplex.
Wow, what power. Windham-
I've seen the table for 3 with Vader, Sting, and DDP. It was a good episode. I saw it.
He hooked the leg and got a near fall. Goes right back to the first face lock. They're keeping Barry Windham in their half of the ring. Rude and Austin. The quick tag team strategy here. Their game plan is very, very sound.
Come on, Barry, get the tag. I don't remember a bad Sting Vader match. They had one in 94 that was only good, I recall. Like, that one was just good. All their other matches are amazing. And that was at the point, it was in 94, that we'd already seen it like a ton of times, and I think it was just the act was wearing thin.
Rude likes Medusa with him, but you can take that wherever you want.
You know, well, if you look at the two,
Even the triangle match they had with Big Bubba Rogers thrown in, that was awesome. That match was great.
Windham back up. He's fighting back with all he's got.
Oh, ties it up.
He may make the tag here. Austin's got a real
Austin tags in Rude.
in the center
Look at that. Barry Windham just can't get away.
One thing about the two Texans, they have that height advantage, not only as far as leverage.
The worst Vader match I saw outside of the WWE was his strap match with Hulk Hogan at Uncensored 95, which, okay, I mentioned on the earlier stream, the King of the Road match I thought was amazing when I was a kid from that same pay-per-view. I thought that match was amazing. I'm sure it's garbage now if I went back and rewatched it, but at the time I thought it was great. Even as a kid on that same night, I thought the Hogan Vader match sucked because the ending was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know why he hesitated there.
The one you're talking about is Slamboree 94, and that was Sting replacing Rude. Yes, that's the one I'm talking about.
That front face lock.
It's called the psych out. He's psyching his opponent out. It's psychology in the ring.
And I was a Hogan. Yeah, I was a Hogan kid, but I was starting to grow out of Hogan by that point. I was starting to get tired of it. And that match begins with him bringing out a bullshit Ultimate Warrior knockoff in the Renegade. So not a good night for Hogan. No. But if you want to see some serious fuckery check out the finish to that strap match because it is a doozy.
He'd have been able to make that time. Now he's coming over too little, too late.
How come both WWE and Eve had a pay-per-view called Great American Bash? What the hell is Eve? I don't know what that is.
Austin nails him anyway.
You know, it's the little things like that. You know, Dustin Rhodes needs to be on that side of the turnbuckle that Barry Windham's on.
Windham with another offensive maneuver. Big time right hand.
Rude and Vader were about to feud before Rude got injured, right? I think so. Yeah.
Should have maybe made the tag. Austin's got his feet.
Oh, Austin with a foot in the ropes. Couldn't get the pin. Can you imagine if Hogan never left and Vince never turned him heel because he was too stubborn? Yeah, I can totally imagine that.
He should have tagged his partner, Dustin Rhodes. But then again, you know, at this point of the match,
Don't you feel it's best that Taker and Sting didn't face off? It got to a point where it was too late. I mean, if they had done that match in 2016, it would have been terrible. So to me, it's like, it's better to just not do it at this point because the match is just not going to live up. It's just not. Now, if they'd done it in 2002, maybe do the angle for the Return of the Dead Man back then, might have worked. Oh, yeah, if they never turned Rocky Maivia heel, that would have been a disaster. We would have missed out on one of the greatest stars in the history of the business.
Barry Windham been in that ring far, far too long.
Yeah, Barry's been getting his ass kicked.
Right now should be the gift to his partner, and he may be incapable of doing it.
Sting HBK, that would have been a really good one.
This is the second match in a row against the Dangerous Alliance in this tournament.
Yeah, 2008 was probably the cutoff point where it's like, okay, you could still do it, but when it didn't happen at around that time, it was like, probably too late. Sting's getting older. Taker's becoming a little stale. It's like, it's...
Dustin made a mistake and allowed, by coming into the ring, he allowed Rude and Austin to...
Rude and Austin just controlling this thing.
The ref handles this. There was no tag made.
That hat tag, though, is going to be crazy.
He should not allow. That's my opinion.
I agree. See, that he's changing. But see, the damage is done. Rude's come in, applied some pressure. Referee's going to make him break it, but they still got an exchange will happen.
Well, he can darn sure use the count. And that's what he finally does.
The referee's actually...
Yes, there's a tag. Now, that's a legal one. But look at Rude pull Windham back into the corner.
The referee's trying to get Rude back in his corner because he wasn't a legal man.
Smart
The
wrestling.
referees are actually decent. Amazing.
Big back body drop there. Just vicious right hands.
Not quite the Luthez press with the punches, but we got like a prototypical version of it there. Should WWE do Hollywood Cena? I wouldn't be opposed to it. Inside cradle, no.
That's strictly instinct right now.
Oh, they clobbered each other. They look like they just
Barry Windham is wrestling.
knocked the shit out of each other on that one.
No idea where he's at.
Come on, Barry, get the tag, man.
Tag, he doesn't know where his partner is.
Suplex. Nicely done by Austin. Again, they make the tag. Here comes Ravishing Rick Rude, and again, look at the position they are keeping Barry Windham in. On the defensive and in their corner.
Here we go.
Rude, Robbinsdale, Minnesota, with those knees right to the abdomen, legal forearm to the head. And this time,
Inverted atomic drop on Rude. Come on, Barry. Rude ducks the clothesline. They clobber heads.
You can hear that all the way here where we're sitting. Here at ringside.
JR calling Austin's matches and not yelling Stone Cold as loud as he can kind of feels weird now. Yeah. Stone Cold! Stone Cold! Oh my God! Get the tag! Here we go! Throw back, you got it! There's Dustin! Boom! Oh, another bionic elbow. Clothesline. Dustin Rhodes killing everybody. Drop kick sends Rude flying out of the ring. Look at that. Look at it. Look at Dustin with that back elbow. Dude, no. Meeting of the minds.
Who's the legal man? We know Dustin Rhodes legal and Stunning Steve. Are they the legal men?
You're right.
Another pile driver.
Austin and Rhodes. Austin trying to get him out.
What is this? Oh, big flying clothesline by Dustin. 1, 2, 3. Dustin and Barry win it over the champions. You would think Rude and Austin would have gone further into the tournament. Another really good match. I enjoyed that one too.
Absolutely. I'll tell you, there's the clothesline right there. Boom. Dustin Rhodes lands with the heavy artillery clothesline. Here he is coming up.
What would you do if Cena officially retired and showed up on Raw the next night? I'd be happy that he's retiring. That's, I mean, I'd be stoked. I'd be like, oh, thank God it's over. Be right back.
Thanks, JR, and I am back in the locker room area of the challenger to Sting's WCW World Heavyweight.
Ooh, Vader!
Weighs in at nearly 400.
Hey, I'm going to watch this Vader promo before I get my water.
Himself as the uncrowned World Heavyweight Champion. Of course, we're talking about Big Van Vader and his manager, former 7-time.
Oh, God, Lesnar versus Vader in his prime? Yeah, that would have been cool.
Won't be long now.
Who will retire first, Cena or Taker? Cena, because Taker's going to be there when he's 100. I told that motherfucker. I always use that line when Harley Race comes up because Kevin Nash did an impression of him on a shoot interview. It's like you go into an old school wrestling locker room. It's like being in Sing Sing. And you got Harley Race sitting at the bench lacing up his boots with a cigar ash that's like this long. Going, it's like, I told that motherfucker.
Uncrowned champion is going to be crowned very, very shortly.
Vader!
Right now, let's get down to Jesse the Body Ventura and Jim Ross.
All right, I'll be right back.
Thanks very much. And Vader looks to be very, very confident. And the thing about it, Jess, is that Race has been a 7 times NWA World Champion. He should really be able to put together a great game plan.
Absolutely. Race has Vader prepared. Vader 450 pounds. And as we said at the outset of the program, Jim Ross, this is one of the few times you're going to see actually the champion coming in as an underdog, I believe.
Ladies and gentlemen, our 2 semifinal tag team matches coming up in just a moment. We want to remind everyone that our next pay-per-view...
Taker will probably still be wrestling when he's a literal dead man. Probably. Vader and Harley Race, underrated wrestler-manager combination. Absolutely. They were perfect together. Harley Race gave him all the credit he would ever need and could do some of the talking, and Vader just looked like an unstoppable force.
The 2 semifinal matchups have been decided. In just a moment, we'll see the first.
Taker will retire first. Cena is not going anywhere. He became what he hated, though. Yeah, it's funny. It's like, oh, Rock, you don't love being here. You always, you're off Hollywood doing all this other stuff. And now he's taking all this time off to make movies. It's like, dude, like any human being, it's like I hated that Rock always caught heat for that because it's like, dude, here we go. Steamboat and Nikita, they're back. Did Harley Race ever face Andre in their primes? I think they did. I think they worked each other. I remember hearing that they had matches. Okay, I've got the match order up here for this pay-per-view. We're getting the 2 semifinals matches, then Sting and Vader, and then we get the finals.
Absolutely. Williams and Gordy are going to have a distinct advantage, but I'll tell you what, when it comes to guts, both of these 2 guys have got it.
We're going to be seeing Dr. Death and Terry Gordy for the first time tonight. Yes, Harley was a very good manager. Now, I remember this when I was a kid, that Terry Gordy and Dr. Death were the WCW Tag Team Champions at this point. And I was confused. I was like, wait a minute. How can they be in a tag title tournament if they're already the tag team champions? Again, I'd only watched WWE up to this point, so I was used to there only being one set of tag champs. I wasn't used to there being like 14 different tag titles in one show. I was thoroughly confused, but I enjoyed the show anyway. I feel like Sting and Vader should have been the main. I mean, yeah, you know, you do want to give the guys a break in between the tournament matches, though. That was the incentive for doing that. There are only two men Andre ever feared, Haku and Harley Race. That's interesting.
They will execute their game plan here. They want to keep it very, very basic, and I think that they, from my conversation with them, would like to keep Ricky Steamboat in for as long as possible. I want to remind the fans that on the wrestling hotline, Gordon Solie and Lance Russell are doing the play-by-play now, and later tonight, you'll be able to talk to the new tag team champions, and also we'll be talking to the world heavyweight champion.
I think Jim Ross almost blew. I think Jim Ross almost blew he almost spoiled the world title match because I think he was gonna say the new WCW World Heavyweight Champion, but he kind of caught himself. He said the NWA Tag Team Champions.
Williams and Gordy thought if they could keep Steamboat in extended periods of time, they could wear him down because of his size. A tremendous shoulder block by Gordy.
Ric Flair once said that Harley Race could have suplexed Andre if he wanted to. Would Andre have to let him do it? Because that's one of those things. It's like I'm not doubting that Race could suplex Andre, but would Andre let him suplex him? That's the other part of it.
And this is an advantage here for the champions, Gordy and Williams, because if they keep Steamboat down on the mat, Steamboat's got to use the aerial tactics. And you know what else is going to be tough for Koloff and Steamboat in this matchup? They just got through with the two light heavyweights who fly all over the ring, do all the aerial stuff. Now they're going to get two guys that are going to take them down to the mat. Total different style.
Dr. Destiny Williams running in place there. He is ready to go. You know, we talked so much about the amateur backgrounds of men like Dr. Destiny Williams and Ron Simmons, who is here tonight, by the way, and we'll be hearing from him a little bit later. But Gordy broke into pro wrestling at age 16, held his first major championship at age 18. And Williams has been a main event star since the day he debuted in pro.
You know, I got no respect for amateurs. You know why, Ross?
Why's that?
Why are they so stupid they do it for nothing?
Good line by Jesse. More arm drags by Steamboat.
And maybe that's the way you can back Williams and Gordy and stick them off their feet. And here comes Dr. Destiny Williams. And he's taken down quickly by Steamboat from the arm drag. Williams has had great success in individual competition. Former UWF heavyweight champion of the world, and that belt retired with Dr. Death, but he's gained his greatest fame internationally in tag team competition. All Asia champions with Gordy, and now the most coveted prize in the sport, the WCW.
What did you think of the live sex celebration after Edge's WWE title win? I thought it was great. I thought it was totally fit within Edge's character. I was like, that guy is such an asshole. He steals the guy's girlfriend and then steals the championship. And to celebrate stealing the championship, he's going to fuck that girlfriend he stole on live TV to celebrate that he stole the championship. That is great. I think that's awesome. Big Show in his prime and motivated against Vader in his prime would have been pretty fucking cool too. Yeah, I agree. I can only imagine what the families with little kids in the crowd thought. They weren't PG at the time. They weren't, it wasn't, you know, they were still TV 14 at that point. So what are little kids doing at a WWE show in 2006?
Excellent officiating. You see how he got himself in between the
It's like people, well, what about the children? Think about that. Then don't take him to the fucking show. Like, be a goddamn parent. My parents stopped me from watching shit they didn't want me to watch. I wasn't allowed to watch friggin' when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to watch Married with Children or The Simpsons at a very young age. And, you know, Mom didn't, like, parade down the streets trying to get those shows pulled off the air. She just wouldn't let me watch it. And that's it. Would you ever go back and watch a Super Bowl from the past? Yes, I would. I would do that. I have a couple. I've watched a couple of old Super Bowls. that predate my life.
In and out a couple of times. Steamboat's been going since the get-go. Not smart because they've already wrestled. Now he finally makes the tag.
I guess he hurt.
I found out what sex was when I watched Unsolved Mysteries as a child at like 6 years old, and there was a serial rapist featured in one of the stories. I'm like, what the fuck is rape? That is horrifying. Thank you, Robert Stack, for giving me nightmares forever.
Big, strong man right there, ladies.
That was like that scared me straight pretty quick. Did you see the Super Bowl Vader was in? I don't think so. No.
Dustin Rhodes, Barry Windham to beat Hasse and
Why weren't you allowed to watch The Simpsons? Because it was very controversial back then. Like, it seems like nothing now, but back then it was like this really like considered this really raunchy, controversial show. And again, if you go back and watch, especially those earlier episodes, it's like it's nothing. Like, it's really nothing. But my parents were like, nope, everybody says it's bad, so can't watch it. Once I got older, they let me watch it, but it was still like at age 6, which is probably, you know, I can understand them not wanting me to watch it at age like 6 and 7, but
He's a Russian. He knows how to wrestle.
there we go.
Over there, their amateurs have been pros for years.
I understand
In
that.
Soviet Russia, wrestling wrestles you.
Very young age as well.
Doesn't make any sense, but okay.
Terry Bam Bam Gordy back in.
Over
Terry
there,
Bam
he
Bam.
can wrestle for his food.
Gordy graduated valedictorian from the School of Hard Knocks. Amazing to think the guy earned his first paycheck in pro wrestling at age 16.
Walla Walla, KO Cook, Cucamonga, Seattle. Stop it. I can't take it. Seattle. That's one of my favorite episodes. The one where Homer becomes a Krusty knockoff. Dad, if there has to be a bastardized version of Krusty, I'm glad it's you. Thanks, honey. Great episode.
You guys go to the same barber, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, we do. So do you and Bischoff. Cy Sperling, right?
No.
Don't deny it now, Ross.
Here we go.
And
Ooh, ooh.
a takedown.
Dr. Death almost dropped Nikita on his head.
And now that he landed on his head and shoulder, and that perhaps separated his shoulder there. As Doc goes
Yeah, Dredrick Tatum. Yeah.
Chin lock. He's going to test out and see just exactly.
You know, they have a mother. I imagine she would die of grief.
Here again is a wear down hold right here. Smart move by Doc and Gordy. Wear them out. They've already wrestled once. Their stamina is going to be tested real strongly here.
Homer, he's not going to get tired. You have to punch back. The cactus is right. I've got to knock him out.
In the ring one time, Koloff now in for only one time. Where Williams and Gordy have tagged in numerous times. Got to be to their advantage.
Did they actually have sex? What, like Edge and Lita? Like on live TV? No. Like in real life they did, which is how that pairing came about in the first place. I'm a movie fan. Yeah. At the end of the last stream, I announced I was going to come back at 2:30 and do Great American Bash 92. We are into the semifinals of the tag team tournament. We haven't seen Sting and Vader yet, which is the real reason I'm watching this show. Lita's boob popped out during that segment. I don't remember that. You'd think I would remember that part of it, but I don't.
Holding on, though, with that great upper body strength of his. And Williams normally.
I don't know. Every time I hear the word boob, I think of Billy Madison. Touch her boob? That's assault, brother. You double dare me?
Koloff, the power man of the team. And there, Williams picking Koloff up.
Makes a tag.
See, Adam Sandler did some funny stuff. Billy Madison's kind of funny. It's assault, brother.
Koloff, as I mentioned earlier, a two-time former NWA Tag Champion.
Yeah, but that was back when he was a Soviet.
Side headlock, tag made.
Bit of a harsher guy back then.
Pace will change here. Steamboat
Ricky gets in. Headlock on Terry.
normally in a very rapid one. Side headlock applied.
Up and down.
Great quickness by Steamboat.
Oh, Steamboat with the chops. Arm drag.
Takes Gordy back down the arm drag. Gordy right back.
Gordy won't stay down, though.
Grabbing Steamboat perhaps by the hair, forcing him into the corner, makes a tag.
And now they're going to rough him up. Enough of the wrestling. Now I think we're going to get the rough stuff.
Dr. Death. Huge lariat.
Clothesline. That huge
I feel bad that I've never seen Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore. Those are probably his two best movies. So if you're looking for good Adam Sandler material, you can check those out.
The size advantage of Williams over Steamboat. Steamboat's got to be quick here. Great counter move.
Shooter McGavin in Happy Gilmore is incredible. Like, his whole performance in that movie, that actor, his whole performance is, I am the villain. I am the villain of this picture. I'm here to be a swarmy douchebag, and that is all.
They wrestled Williams and Gordy for a rematch.
I like The Waterboy. People shit on that movie now, but I was like, I thought it was funny. It's dumb as hell, but I liked it. We need to get more, granted, I also saw The Waterboy when I was 14, so I was probably like the perfect age to see the movie back then, but
Very strong.
I miss dumb movies like that. I kind of wanted to see
Back to the corner.
Tag, which came out a while back. I kind of want to see that because that looked like, it's like, good, we're getting a dumb, stupid movie. I miss dumb, stupid movies.
Williams looks knife edge. Steamboat comes back.
The king of the arm drag, Ricky Steamboat. Yeah, that he is. What went wrong? Adam Sandler. He never evolved and just got old and boring.
Dr. Death.
Ben Franklin is the devil.
Jerry Bam Bam Gordy.
It's really weird seeing Fairuza Balk in that movie because I know her from Return to Oz. It's like, wow, Dorothy Gale grew up.
And Steamboat really needs to make the tag now, Jess.
She showed me her boobies, and I like them too.
And the power moves are coming out now.
Scared you straight. Were you gay before that? Gay before what? I don't even know what you're talking about.
He left to the
That's the weirdest comment I've ever seen.
looking for the elbow. Doesn't get it. Steamboat.
Rock had a pretty good arm drag too. Yeah. Do you like Big Daddy? I've never seen it.
Blocked it, but caught it.
I was never gay, in case you're worried. I'm not saying that as like, nah, I'm not gay. I'm a big manly man. But no, seriously, I was never gay. So
And I hear Gordy.
I don't know where that comment comes from. Oh, Steamboat gets knocked down again.
Wow.
Double shoulder blocks there.
You know the key to this match
Going for the cover, Jess. He may have him right here.
But yeah, it is.
crosses.
Listening to 83 Weeks has given me a new perspective on this because it's like, yeah, this looks like the type of show that Bischoff talked about Bill Watts was promoting at the time. And actually, the production prior to Bill Watts taking over looked much better than this. So it's like, it's clear like Bill Watts just wanted to kind of take it back to how it looked in the 80s, and you can't really do that.
What effect is it? Can you get stiff? Can you get? I mean, you lose something just by standing there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Sometimes you'll see when the guy's on the apron, he'll start doing some Hindu squats. He'll do some deep knee bends over there. Absolutely, he gets tightened up because here's the stretch for the tag. Steamboat trying to get there, but I don't think he's going to power Bam Bam. And Bam Bam nails Cole.
FT Legend makes weird comments all the time. Yeah, he's all right. FT Legend's a cool guy.
Because Gordy and Williams are going to double suplex the Dragon.
Double suplex the Dragon is right. Williams has got
My sister is sending me a ton of messages about James Gunn
Call by the referee.
and the Guardians of the Galaxy.
The tag.
She's really invested in this.
Call by the referee. Very good.
Have you watched The Tables for Three with Pritchard, Bischoff, and JBL? I did. Bischoff was drunk. I think all three of them had been drinking, but Bischoff was clearly like 3 sheets to the wind. It's kind of great. I mean, go watch it. It's hilarious. But they had clearly been.
Steamboat with every ounce of strength he's got left. And again, Gordy makes the tag. And again, Gordy blocks Steamboat's path to his own corner as Williams comes in. I'm sure the more high-impact offense for the Dragon. What for a clothesline.
Oh, Steamboat got caught. Backbreaker.
And that backbreaker, I think, perhaps cost Steamboat more in the ribs than in the
You should bring your sister on one of these streams, like with the snake bite. Oh yeah, she'd love that. She would love that. Now she would get bored doing this because she would just be like, "Why are you talking through the entire show?" Like,
the legs grapevine. You see that neutralizing Steamboat's legs. Got the arm behind, working on the shoulder. Steamboat is literally tied into a knot right here.
Pritchard said that he and JBL stopped drinking, but Bischoff continued during the show. Clearly, yes, Bischoff, you can tell. Actually, my sister and I, we disagree on movies sometimes. She hated The Last Jedi. Hated it. And I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. And not without flaws. I'm not saying it was perfect, but she fucking hated it. And she thought Guardians 2 was amazing. And I was like, it's fine. I was like, oh, DDT by Steamboat.
And look at Steamboat grabbing the ribs. He's hurt. The ribs are hurt.
Steamboat looks worse for wear here.
Gordy. There's a tag.
There's Nikita. Big shoulder block.
He should be well rested. Oh, shoulder block.
God, Steamboat looks dead on the corner there.
3 times.
Oh, Nikita went face first into the mat. Gordy just drove him down. 1, 2. No.
And he got 2. And put the tags in Dr. Death.
I wonder how much they get paid to do table for 3. I have no idea.
You can bet Dr. Death can take advantage of the situation. Check out the dragon. He's not even standing in the corner. I think Koloff may have to go the rest of the way by himself. Steamboat, you can see him clutching at the...
Yeah, my sister's into nerdy shit. I mean, she'll totally go see. She called me yesterday after the Godzilla trailer dropped, and she was like, dude, Godzilla totally won the day. She was like, dude, you should be so happy right now. He totally won the day. He blew all the other Warner trailers that came out. He's like, he blew them all away. Easy. Godzilla had the best trailer by far. I agree with that, but I'm also super biased, so it was nice to hear that confirmation come from somebody else.
Koloff's going to have a hard time getting out of this one. Head scissors, he's got the left ankle hooked behind him.
Sometimes I wish my brother wasn't a WWE fan because me and him fight over WWE DVDs all the time because I only have the WWE Network on my TV. Yeah.
Look at Koloff's arms flailing around in there. I bet he wishes he was back in Lithuania now.
Well, with no hair and a lot of perspiration, he may be able to slide out of there.
Interesting call by Jim Ross there. He's bald, so the perspiration will help him slip his head out from between the guy's legs.
He got kicked right in the face. I'll get something else. Shoulder block by Williams.
Nikita, I mean, he's going to get back to the corner, but is Ricky going to be in any condition to do anything?
And Gordy's head. The stomp Koloff in the back of the head.
And I'll tell you, big trouble here for the Koloff Steamboat team because I don't think Steamboat's in great condition to come back in the ring yet. And Koloff's already looked at the tagging back.
Irish whip.
Here we go.
First, oh, a lot of impact.
Oh! Nikita went knee first into the corner.
And now Gordy. He likes to use a move called the Oriental Twist. Some call it the STF.
STF, here we go.
Over with a front face.
Oh, God.
This is a submission.
See, that's how you do an STF, John. John Cena, I'm looking at you. I cannot believe a man that has used the STF as much as he has can apply it so poorly. Nikki Bella does a better job of applying it than he does. I got my dad into NXT because of the shows we go to. That's awesome. I mean, Cena locks in the STF. It looks like he's just laying on top of the guy. Gordy right now looks like he was twisting poor Nikita Koloff in half. Giants just signed Saquon Barkley. His entire contract is guaranteed. That never happens in the NFL. No, it does not. I hope he pays off. I always get nervous with those rookies. I'm happy we got Barkley. I was super happy with that pick. I just hope he pays off. Why did they change all of Cena's finishers' names but not the 5-knuckle shuffle, which means masturbation? Good question. I have no idea. Do you think Lesnar has any chance at all against Cormier? I don't know who that is. I have no idea. Is Cormier a good fighter? Because I feel like with Lesnar, they kind of are going to give him softball fights to keep him an attraction. Because as long as he wins, he's more of an attraction, right? And they can get some more pay-per-view buys out of him. Boston Crab here on Nikita. Is he in the ropes? He can get to the ropes. No.
20 minutes have elapsed. 10 minutes remain to time limit as Gordy goes again.
Well, right now he's considered to be the greatest of all time and has 2 belts. Oh, Lesnar gonna die if that's the case. If he's like the hot new thing that's really good, Lesnar gonna die. I mean, Lesnar's a freak of nature, but he's not going to do well against somebody that's in his prime and knows what he's doing. That's not going to go well. Come on, Nikita.
Got the elbows in, right above the eye. Back up now. For the first time in quite some time.
Heels get the tag.
Williams, their tag ratio is going to be 3 or 4 to 1.
Cormier is 21-1-1 in his career. He's going to murder Lesnar. Just like that's not going to go well for Lesnar, I don't think.
Williams, cheap shot on the dragon, knocked him down again. Sends him
Power slam.
power slam.
1, 2, Nikita kicks out.
Kicks out. And that may have taken every bit of strength that he's got to kick out from that.
Should Zach Gowen's finisher be a double leg drop? That's a snarky thing to say. Oh, into the corner. He was going for the Oklahoma Stampede, but no. Come on, Nikita. Cormier. It's pronounced Cormier. Okay. Got it. Steamboat's in. Boom.
Back in. Trying to get some added momentum from the ropes. Those martial arts blows. Push Gordy down. Now Doc's a little spaghetti leg. Williams and Gordy ran together. Steamboat's got
It doesn't mean as much in real fights. Like the actual size difference doesn't mean a whole hell of a lot. Like there's a lot more focus on technique and health and youth and experience and that type of stuff. I think based on everything I'm hearing, I think Cormier would murder Lesnar. Steamboat off the top with a chop. Going up again. Oh, but here's Gordy. Oh, God. Pushed him off. Oh. Oh. Kind of a modified version of the Oklahoma Stampede. He was like a spine buster almost. Gordy and Dr. Death win it. Poor Steamboat. It won't happen, but I'd love a fight between McGregor and CM Punk. Oh, God, that would be... Yeah, Punk would get murdered. I don't know if I could stand to watch that.
There you see Gordy interfering with Steamboat. Steamboat trying to go up to the top, but Gordy won't let him come off. Holds him right there. He falls into the arms of Dr. Death, Steve Williams. Williams powers him up. Look at the strength. Driving the injured ribs. Wham! That were hurt earlier in the boat.
Oh! That was kind of a botch on the Oklahoma Stampede, not looking the way it normally does, but that looked nasty. That whole that using it as more of a spine buster, that looked damn, he just drove Ricky through the mat.
WCW World Titles, that they would be the odds-on favorite to win here tonight during the NWA Tag Team Tournament.
Do I have a favorite fight I've seen? In boxing, I love a lot of the old Ali Frazier fights. Those are terrific. MMA, I'm not the most regular MMA viewer, so the fights I've seen are very sporadic. So I can't really say I have a favorite fight in MMA because I don't watch it that frequently. Did you watch Saturday night's main event or did you watch WCW Saturday Night when you were a kid? Yes, I did. I definitely did.
Well, we definitely know who the home team will be, the Texicans, without any doubt about it.
Jeff Hardy, next WWE Man 2. Welcome aboard. Is it just me or did Corey Graves begin to suck on commentary? I don't know. I haven't been watching the show. I couldn't tell you.
I think a little bit of the technique advantage is going to go to the Japanese team.
All right, we're getting Rhodes and Windham versus Hase and Hashimoto. And then we're going to get Sting versus Vader. That's the match I'm excited for. Getting to relive that for the 800th time.
The following is a semifinal contest in the NWA World Tag Team Tournament. It is set for one fall with a 30-minute time limit.
Did you see Graves' Twitter rant on Punk after his fight? I did, yeah. Does your sister like WWE? She used to watch WWF with us back in the day. Nowadays, she couldn't be bothered with it, but She used to watch it with us back in like the Rock and Wrestling era and during the Attitude Era. She really got into it. But then she got out of it like most normal people when it started to suck. I specifically remember when they started doing the WCW shit, the WCW Invasion shit, she completely lost interest. Like overnight. She was like, yeah, this sucks. Because I remember we used to watch Monday Night Raw together during the Attitude Era. It used to be me, my brother, and my sister. We would just watch it together. It was like a tradition every Monday. She better not be watching the wait. She's better off not watching the current product. Maybe she can get into Chikara. I haven't seen a Chikara show in so long. Last time I watched it, they did that show where they shut down the venue, and they made it look like it was the last Chikara show. So I haven't watched since.
Objectively, Windham and Rhodes really had a tough matchup earlier.
I think you would really enjoy Don Fry versus Takayama. Craziest fight ever, funny at the same time. Don Fry, I know him. He was in a Godzilla movie, Godzilla Final Wars. What about your third sibling? He wasn't as into it at that point, so he didn't really watch it. I gotta go, and just when I got here, sorry to lose you, man. Once again, thanks for coming on board, movie fan. God, I can't believe y'all aren't sick of seeing me yet. I've been live streaming since 10 a.m. this morning. It's crazy. And I might, watching a pay-per-view right after Clash of Champions and Saturday night's main event isn't going to be a regular thing because I normally don't have enough time in the day to do that. Also, I would just get way too tired doing that all the time. But I might do one around SummerSlam time, like maybe rewatch SummerSlam 1991, which was my first WWF pay-per-view. So that might be something I do sometime in August. Arm ringers and all sorts of stuff.
Great wrestling right here. That's what you get in WCW is wrestling.
So you're going to rewatch Mania 32 and 33 after next week's stream? Probably not. Probably not. That's very unlikely.
This is interesting. Ase wants to test strength with Barry Windham. Wow, he's giving up about 40 pounds on this one. Gutsy maneuver by the Japanese.
Greco-Roman knuckle lock.
Gaining an advantage here. It's Windham using that great leverage, putting Ase down. Ase with a great bridge. Boy, he's a phenomenal athlete. With his strength. Great strength and conditioning.
Ooh, big kick.
Boy, this technical perfection there by Ase. Front face lock, and there comes the big man. Shinya Hashimoto.
He's fat.
Oh, he looks like he wants
Hashimoto's fat.
more test of strength on a Hashimoto here. We got about even in the weight department. Windham a lot taller though. He'll have the leverage advantage.
Better watch the big man's feet. Again, a very unique.
Absolutely mammoth stream. You must be tired. I am a little tired. I might take a nap right after this show wraps up. What about December to Dismember? I've never watched that show in its entirety. I did watch the main event, and I did watch the Hardys M&M match that opened up the show. But I don't know if I could sit through that whole show. I don't know if I could.
Excellent move by Barry Windham.
The only way he does it is if he becomes #1 channel on YouTube in terms of subscriptions by next week. Yeah, that's not going to happen. What went wrong, Paige? She is an unstable girl. That's what went wrong with her. And the injury didn't help. So I almost paid for that show, December to Dismember. You saved yourself some money because that show was not worth it. Not worth it at all.
This guy looks like he can play football too. One of the few Japanese that looks like he a good pulling guard, maybe in the NFL, Jim Ross. He's a low center of gravity, about 265, 270 pounds of it.
Ooh, shoulder tackle.
Man run together there. Even though Dustin had some momentum.
Ooh, another one.
Center of gravity really an asset for Hashimoto. Dustin's got to be thinking of something else here.
Judgment Day 2004. The main event of that show was great. The rest of it was garbage, but I thought the main event was awesome. The Eddie JBL bloodbath.
Takedown to the armbar by Hashimoto. In the corner. Make the tag here. He's close to his partner.
God, I'm just waiting for this match to get over with so I can watch Sting and Vader. Like, I'm kind of like, can we just move past this so I can get to Sting and Vader?
Elbow to the, trying to knot up the tricep. Charlie Hort's a tricep if possible. Hammerlock applied. Dustin trying to look for a foot, but he can't find it. And the former Japanese national freestyle champion, Hiroshi Hase, with a very, very sound maneuver and excellent position. Not only was I love the leverage here.
Yeah, Canadian Stampede. That was a really good one.
Right back over the top of Dustin with them long arms.
What would a live reactions video for that main event be like? Me begging and pleading them to stop the match. Like, that was one of the few times I watched a wrestling match. I'm like, please, can somebody come out here and stop this? Like, please, for the love of God, can we come out here and stop this? But at the same time, I was kind of on the edge of my seat, like waiting to see how everything was going to play out too. So it ended up being great, even though I was scared to death that Eddie was going to drop dead right there in the middle of the ring. What went wrong? Eminem. WWE doesn't know how to book tag teams and haven't for a long time. That's what went wrong.
Strength right over and just reverse the pressure. That was beautiful.
Slick, real slick. It's been all wrestling so far, but now I told you, Ross, they get frustrated and start roughing it up. Here we go.
Tag made. Hashimoto in. There's the first kick of this particular contest.
Ooh, back elbow.
Oh, what elbow. He caught him right in the face with that one. Snap mirrors him over with a lot of authority. Interesting move here. Using his big
Yeah, this match kind of feels like, look, we know the faces are going to win because we got heels in the main event or in the final. So Windham and Rhodes have to win.
And the other one has almost in a sleeper-like position, creeping the neck.
Look at him bending that arm and getting him into almost a pinning position right here. And again, let me mention, the winner of this match goes against Williams and Gordy for the championship tonight. This is the final semifinal.
Which Flair Sting match do you think was their best? My personal favorite was the Clash of Champions match. From the first Clash of Champions. That one is my personal favorite one they had. If you had the finish of Great American Bash 1990 on the Clash of Champions match, it would be perfect. But we didn't. If they had done Flair winning or done Sting winning the title in a match like that, it would have been amazing. Can you say 3 good things about Triple H as a wrestler? When he's on, I like the way he sells. When he's motivated, I think he can be a great storyteller. And in 2000, I thought he was untouchable. Like, he was arguably the best in the business at that point.
Taking a lot of punishment. They got great fighting spirit. There's just no doubt about that.
There's 3 things. Elbow. An arm drag by Dustin Rhodes. Seeing a lot of arm drags tonight. I like it. What is this? I keep getting all these messages.
Back to the wrist, putting the pressure on.
Fans, don't forget that on the wrestling hotline, Lance Russell and Gordon Sully on there right now covering the event. Later, you can talk to the world's champion and to the new NWA tag champions. That on the wrestling hotline. And I'll have my wrap-up program at 11 o'clock Eastern time tonight. Hope you'll be giving
11 o'clock? I'm not staying up till 11 o'clock just to listen to Jim Ross talk. That ain't happening.
Really got to be impressed. All the youngsters out there got to be impressed with the sportsmanship. It's a great example for the youngsters.
Yeah, right. You know how I feel about that, Ross? Nice guys finish last, usually.
Usually. Not always, but usually.
And Dustin Rhodes sticking those rights in there. on Hashimoto. Got him with the elbow. Hashimoto was taunting Dustin.
Dustin
And Dustin
getting a little vicious there.
convinced him to start fighting. And Hashimoto caught him either in the throat or in the eyes. I couldn't see which. Oh, kick right to the gut. Hear those kicks like a mule.
And I think sportsmanship's now disappeared. It's the will to win now. Who cares about sportsmanship?
Well, anybody with character, I think.
Oh, big spinning heel kick from the fat guy.
Gets 270 off. That spinning karate kick.
Not a nice thing to say, but it's he's a big boy. Hashimoto, he's kind of a big boy.
There's a tag.
Oh, what's the double team pile driver? Spike pile driver?
Ooh, spike pile driver.
Oh! Well, that's the end of that.
And Rhodes is real fortunate he rolled out into the rope or he'd be pinned right now. He got lucky.
Do you still watch Raw every week? No, I do not. I haven't watched it in months.
Because he has no idea where he's at.
Rhodes trying to shake
In your opinion, has the internet made wrestling better or worse? Overall, I mean, I love the access to more wrestling now. That has opened up all these doors and has helped me gain more knowledge on the business and expose me to different products. There is that culture of negativity, but and spoilers too also hurt. But also, would the culture of negativity be there if the WWE didn't suck so bad? You know what I mean? Like, and not just WWE, but like TNA and various other things. Are we seeing Kid Patrick in a man's body? You might during the Sting Vader match.
Hashimoto's putting a punishment on anyway. No, referee apparently did not see the tag. It's not going to hurt the Japanese team, though.
We're seeing some good officiating here tonight.
Very good.
Knee lift by Hase.
How often do you say that? The officiating is good. And not just in wrestling, but in just sports in general.
Deliver those blows. That's exactly what he's doing. Another chop. The elbow this time.
Did Bret Hart ever face Sting in WCW? Yes. They were... they faced off in the first round of the tournament where Bret won the title. I remember that. I think they had one other match, too. Halloween Havoc 98. They had that match, too. Yeah.
Ready to make the tag. Windham ready to accept it.
Their matches, I don't remember their matches being that great. I remember them just being kind of okay. And you would think that they would have great matches, but...
Remember that compressed his neck there. That spike pile driver. And now after all the finesse...
After that spike pile driver, he's probably only 6'4" now, Ross. He was 6'6" when he went into the ring.
After all the finesse of Hase, they've got Hashimoto in, and Windham just fires into the ring, attacking Hashimoto and Hase. Referee's got to put an irate Barry Windham back out as Rhodes takes the turnbuckle.
Windham had taken enough out there. He's seen the double team out of the Japanese team 2 or 3 times. Figured he better get in there to try to save his partner.
Oh.
Knee to the abdomen. Hashimoto buried that one. And the young man from Austin.
92 Bret versus 92 Sting would have been great. Yeah. Sharpshooter versus Scorpion Deathlock. Same move. Big suplex.
A lot of impact on that float soap. And got 2 out.
Which was better, Sting with the baseball bat or Sandman with the cane? Sting with the baseball bat. Because I'm a bigger mark for Sting.
Nick Patrick got only the 2 count that time.
Who would have been the heel in a 92 Bret versus Sting match? Good question. Yeah, neither one would have worked great as a heel. I guess it would have just had to be a babyface match.
In the Albany, Georgia Civic Center. Fitness crowd.
Yeah, Sting's ring work took a bit of a hit after he became the Crow. He was a much better character, but he wasn't always in the best shape. Now, he still had some good matches and could have good matches. It was just, I think the booking got a lot worse, and his motivation wasn't always there. That was another part of it.
Tremendous pressure here on the lower back area on Dustin Rhodes.
Boston Crab on Dustin.
Could be a submission. Look at the face. Look at the pain Dustin Rhodes is in. He's going to yell, "Daddy, Daddy," any second.
Listen to Jesse.
Hammer Hase.
And it's a good thing Windham did, or Rhodes would have submitted, I think.
You sound like Greg Valentine.
That's a hell of a compliment, Ross.
Overhead, belly to belly.
By Hase. And Hase now. Climbing the ladder up on.
Hase going up top.
And if he gets this one, it'll be over in my estimation.
Dustin moves out of the way. Boom! Big clothesline. Come on, Dustin, get the tag. Which theme song do you like more, the Man Called Sting or the Crow theme? The Crow theme. It's more atmospheric and cool. Oh, back elbow. Barry Windham kicking ass. Big suplex. 1, 2. No.
Windham needs to keep the momentum going. Here it is.
Big power slam. 1, 2. No.
With everything he's got, here comes the abdominal stretch.
And look at Windham driving the tin fist again. Into the ribs.
Here comes
There you go.
He's met with a lariat. All 4 men in there now.
Referee better get some type of control and get 2 men in there. Legal man is Windham and Hase.
Leapfrog. Oh, Barry Windham with the clothesline. 1, 2, 3. Dustin and Barry win it. I'm excited because you know what's next. Sting and Big Van Vader. What went wrong? The Hogan Flair series. I could do a whole video on that, actually. Because the Hogan Flair matches are interesting because I was never a huge fan of that pairing. Their matches didn't always do it for me. Now, the Bash at the Beach 94 match is my favorite match that they had together. I thought that one was good. The other ones just didn't click with me. Seek and Destroy greater than all of Sting's themes. Fair point. Rick Rude's WCW theme is better than any of Sting's themes. He's simply ravishing. Okay, I'm going to pause this, take a quick break. Got to go to the bathroom. But I want to get back for Sting and Vader, so don't go away. Okay, I'm back. What's up? Flair himself said what went wrong in his podcast. Hogan beat him again and again and again, and nobody gave a shit by the end. That also didn't help. Didn't help. After Starrcade 97, would you have eventually built to Crow Sting versus Goldberg? Absolutely. How would you build that match and execute it bell to bell? Well, they did have a match on Nitro in 98 after Goldberg won the title. And I thought that match was pretty good. So probably somewhere close along those lines. Build it, I would keep both guys as like, I would have done the stupid shit at Starrcade 97 and just have Sting win outright. And then have Sting lose the title in some shitty, like, bullshit heel way. Maybe he gets stripped of the title. Then Goldberg comes in, wins the title from Hogan in a similar scenario. And then you've got Goldberg and the guy who never lost the title and Sting, and maybe build that up to Starrcade 98. Oh, let's unpause that.
So we come back. It'll be the world title. Let's go back up to Tony Schiavone and Magnum TA. Okay, Jim Ross.
Magnum TA.
We have our final set now, and it's going to be a tremendous match.
Two impressive, hard-fought victories by Windham and Rhodes, and they're going to have their work cut out for them in the finals with Doc and Gordy.
Okay, let's talk to this man right here. We talked so much about the All-American Ron Simmons.
Ron Simmons.
All-Pro Ron Simmons. Ron, you're not too far away from Warner Robins here in Albany, and the fans love you. We've got not only the NWA World Tag Team Championship match to go, but the big match coming up next for the world title, Sting and Big Van Vader.
You're right, Tony.
Nobody gave a shit about Hogan Flair so much that in 99 they did the third biggest buy in WCW. What pay-per-view? Was that stupid like First Blood cage match thing they did? Did that draw that high of a buy rate? Seriously? How would you do bell-to-bell Sting versus Taker? I mean, I'd have to sit here and map out the whole match in my head. I'd be tempted to do some crazy theatrical shit where the lights go out and Undertaker appears in the ring and Sting is gone, and then the lights go out again and then Sting appears in the ring and Taker's gone, and like just do wacky shit like that. Super Bowl 9, Jesus. That was the stupid like First Blood cage match, right? Where a First Blood match was won by pinfall. Yeah, I'm going to chalk that up to just wrestling being hot at the time. I can't believe, like, people were that invested in a Hogan Flair match. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Because it was when they jumped into Hogan Flair that I lost interest in WCW. And I was like, all right, I'm done here. Bye. I'm a WWF fan now. There's Vader! Yes! Love the Mastodon gimmick. Or, like, whatever that helmet is. I'd love to see Lucha Underground handle Crow Sting versus Taker. Oh, Jesus. That would be insane. Okay, the cage match was at Uncensored. Okay. Yeah, because that match was terrible. that was like the ultimate shitty Hogan Flair match. Well, either that or the Uncensored 96 Tower of Doom with the Doomsday Cage, whatever that dumb shit was. Flair's promos in 99 were priceless, though. Didn't they do a thing in 99 where they committed him? Which is kind of appropriate. Vader's WCW theme is awesome, by the way.
Several weeks ago, this is the long-awaited rematch from that outing. Vader in that very bizarre ceremony.
I like this theme more than his WWE theme because the WWE theme was a little bit jazzier, but this theme just has a more epic like feel to it. Here we go. Yeah, the Hogan Flair double turn because that's what the world needed. I was craving that. Sting! God, he really rocks the red, white, and blue. Looks great on Sting. Oh, God, that Doomsday Cage match is one of the worst. It's one of the funniest bad matches ever because it's so ridiculous. The Stinger! Oh, man. I'm so glad I decided to stream this and give myself an excuse to watch this match again because I love this match. I mean, you want something that takes me back to being a kid again. Watching Sting and Vader, Great American Bash 92, that makes me feel like a kid again. Sting is what Vince always wanted Cena to be but never fully got. Yeah, because they made him a pandering douche. That's why he never got it. But only about another month before I do the episode on 93 Vader. I look forward to that. That's going to be great. When did The Rock first use If You Smell What The Rock Is Cooking? Oh, look at this. Yeah, they're jaw-jacking. Look at that. Yeah, fuck you. No, fuck you right back. I'm the Stinger. Vader's like, fuck you. You're a flea compared to me. What went right? Sting versus Vader series. Great chemistry and the fact that Vader would win. made the series more interesting. Those two things. Oh, God. Oh, shit. He's clubbing the shit out of Sting. Yeah, the night that Vader beat up Gorilla Monsoon was awesome. That was actually, when I saw that, I was like, Vader is going to be awesome in WWE. And then he wasn't. It's a shame. God, crowd's hot for this, too. I don't want to envision a world where WCW won the war because I wanted both companies to survive. That's what I wanted. So it'd be interesting to think about, like, what would have happened if WCW won, but I'm kind of like, I don't want to live in a world where it was just WCW or just WWF. Here we go. Oh, clothesline. Vader's like, no, man. You got nothing, Sting. Flying cross body. He just shoves him off. I'm Vader, bitch. I can only imagine how DX, Austin, and Taker would have looked if WCW had won the war. Yeah. Yeah, they would not. They probably would have done what WWF did with their guys when WWF won the war. They would have deliberately shit on them just to make a point. Yeah, the Turner Broadcasting thing. That's also, yeah, that's another big part of it because they did not want WCW on their network. Continues to club away at Sting. Sting moves out of the way. Big back suplex on Vader. Clothesline. Vader goes down. Boom. Vader is down. Whoa! Damn right he has. I'm getting too old for that. You don't have a babyface GM screw over the heels to keep the feuds going? No, I don't.
What a great match this is. Two totally different styles in the ring.
Sting, 6'3.5", 250.
Oh, Vader wants to test his strength.
448. And Vader challenging Sting now for a test of strength.
Sting shouldn't be stupid to get into this, and he is. Sting should stay away from any type of move like this. Look at Ray's taunting Sting outside the ring. Calling him a coward, tell him, show some guts. Hook up with the big man.
He's got guts, and he is not a coward. And he shouldn't be listening to the taunts of Harley Race. But the Stinger is a competitor.
Okay.
Back away from anything.
Sting's going to do it. Test his strength.
Sting thinking it over. This is not the most judicious move that he can execute here. A test of strength with Big Van Vader. But he is a competitor.
Sting's out looking at the little stingers for help, but the little stingers ain't around to help him in this one. He's got to do it by himself. Oh, man, this is a mistake.
They lock up. Ooh! Oh, Sting poked him in the eyes. God, the crowd is so hot for this. Sting goes down, or Vader goes down. Drop kick by Sting. Oh, jumping enziguri by Sting. Suplex. Suplex on Vader. Go for the pin. I remember the first time I saw this. Oh, Vader just Steamrolled him there. Like a brick wall. The first time I saw this match, I was completely blown away by it. Like, I was like, I've never seen anything like this. Because I was used to the Hulk Hogan style of working with super heavyweights, where you work everything around doing the body slam, and Hogan gets beat up the whole time. But this is like taking that formula and just taking it to the nth degree. With the super heavyweight, they can do amazing things in there and can bump around. Inside cradle. 1, 2. No. Sting is quickening the pace. I told that motherfucker. Nice mullet on that referee.
But you gotta hand it to Sting. He came in prepared. He came in with vengeance, and he's laying it on Big Man Vader. Vader needs to cut him off and slow the match down. That's to Vader's advantage.
Irish whip. Vader reverses. Sunset flip. That's not going to go well. Nope. Sit down. Sting is dead. Vader! Ooh! Oh, elbow. Do you like Sting's Hall of Fame speech? I did like it. It was good that he got in. Big elbow. Oh, big splash. 1, 2. Sting kicks out. How much would you need to be paid to take a big splash from Vader? Enough to make it worth it. I mean, you pay me $100, I'll do it. I mean, a little bit of discomfort for sizable payday, you know. Make me do it more than once. I'll probably charge closer to 1,000. Vader just toying with him now. Oh, man. Ooh, and he like face plants Sting down to the mat. Working splash or a real one? A working splash, of course. I'm not taking a real one. Shit. I want to survive to spend my money. Oh, what's Sting doing, or what's Vader doing here? Looks like he was setting up for the Scorpion Deathlock, but no, he's step over toe hold. Sting trying to kick his way out. Ooh.
Almost in a Scorpion Deathlock position.
Would that be something? Beat the champion with his own hold. Would that be
I think Vader's going for it. He's going. Yep. Scorpion Deathlock on Sting. What about taking a shoot slap from Suzuki? Again, no, I want to survive to spend the money. Wouldn't want to take it.
But still with tremendous pressure. Perhaps more on the ankles than the knees here. Oh, Sting almost out of it.
Sting's fading.
He's close.
Yes.
Ring the bell there.
Gotta get to the ropes.
Crowd here getting into it.
We'll get into it when we talk about the finish, but this match also has one of my favorite finishes ever. Oh, Vader just dropped his ass down on his back. I'll teach you to power out of my submission.
Energy and so much of his strength. Just to keep him getting his legs broken here.
Have you ever played Super Ghouls and Ghosts on Super Nintendo? I did. That game's hard as fuck. It's good, though. I mean, it's a good game. It's hard as shit. How are we supposed to take Sting seriously wearing face paint a huge chunk of his career? What is this, a kid's birthday party? Is that a line or something, or is that a serious question? Because lots of guys have worn face paint throughout the years. Road Warrior. Yeah, the Road Warrior is one of the best tag team attractions of all time. They wore face paint. Demolition. Sting powered out.
But he is hurt. Look at Sting. The right leg is dragging. The lower back is killing him.
Ooh! I heard that shot. He just face flopped, Flair style. Well, not quite Flair style, but similar.
Vader again, the big right hand. And Sting. Barely just hanging on the second rope.
Got Harley out there yelling at. Oh, pitch! God, that looks stiff. That could not have been fun, taking some of this stuff from Vader.
Look at Vader yelling, it's over, and it might well be. Sting making no moves to even get up at this point.
Sting is, his running lights indeed have been not only dimmed, they may have been put out right there. He's barely able to stand, got a far away look at it.
What looks like the most painful submission hold to you? I remember Brock Lesnar did this one. It was called the Brock Lock, where he like draped the guy's leg over his neck and like put him in like a half crab position almost, but with the leg, instead of hooking it under the arm, he would hook it over like his neck, and that looked like somebody could like you could. It looked like you could blow a knee out doing that hold, and I was like, damn.
Sting has no choice where he wants to be at this point.
Vicious headbutts.
Come on, Sting. Oh.
Look at Vader just measuring him, taking his time.
Sting blocks. Here he comes. Here comes the Stinger. Ducks the clothesline. Oh my God! That jumping, that rolling kick by Sting looked awesome. I forgot about that. The stretch muffler hold, is that what it's called? Yeah, that thing looks dangerous. DDT by Sting.
Sting needs to crawl over and cover him.
Just setting in here. That's the 15-minute mark in this one. Sting has had to carry the weight of this huge man.
Oh, they collide.
Trying to run through this big monster and at least knock Vader to the apron. But Sting is down again.
What's Vader doing?
He's not going up, is he?
Vader's gonna go up top.
It's a disqualification.
That stupid DQ. Sting got him.
And now it's Sting who can measure Vader. Vader is caught on the
Here we go.
totally helpless. Sting laying in those kicks 3 and 4 times on Big Bad Vader.
Oh, he's got Vader up on his shoulders. He's gonna do an AA, guys. Jesus. Full Samoan drop. Damn. You've been streaming for 6 hours. I know, right? It's a long day. In real fights, cross arm breakers and heel hooks get submissions with 1, 2. No, Vader kicked out. Yeah, Benoit's crossface looked painful too. Yeah, it did. German suplex by Sting. No. Headlock. Oh, ref goes down. Sting goes behind. German suplex on Vader with a bridge. 1, 2. No. This match is so fucking cool. Big drop kick by Sting. Here we go. Stinger splash! Vader is wobbly. Big kick to the back. Here we go. Here's the finish. Stinger splash, but he hit his head on the turnbuckle support. He hit his head on the steel. He knocked himself out. Better in-ring chemistry, Benoit and Regal or Benoit and Angle? Tough question. They both pairings had really good chemistry, I thought. Sting's got blood coming out of his head. He knocked himself out. Don't you like it when like stuff like that would make sense? You get hit in the head with something metal and it like knocks you out. Sting looks dead. 1, 2. That Sting barely kicked out. Oh, Sting is, yeah, he's out of it. Vader knows it. He's like a cat playing with a mouse right now. So Roman should have been pinned after a brass knuckle shot? Yeah. Has he kicked out of that? Powerbomb. Powerbomb. Boom! 1, 2, 3. Vader, the new WCW World Heavyweight Champion. Awesome match. Love that match. What is something in wrestling that would have worked in the past that wouldn't work now? Well, I talked about the blindfold match. I think back then, because kayfabe was still alive, the blindfold match still kind of worked. Today, people would just shit on it. Like, regardless. But yeah, Vader! Vader time! Yeah, might be my favorite match in WCW history. I love that match so much. Here it is. Instant replay. Sting goes flying and just rams his head right into the steel. Boom! God, he went thundering to the mat on the powerbomb too. And so begins one of my favorite series of matches of all time, because these two would just kill each other. What worked then but not today? The Undertaker. Yep. Yeah, Undertaker wouldn't work today. A Dusty Rhodes match, 20 minutes of stalling, 10 minutes of action. If you were mad over, you could probably get away with it. Like Dusty was. Good. Sting is still like, there's Nikita and Ron Simmons checking on him. It's like, he does not look good. Lockdown 2007, blindfold match done wrong. Yeah, a night of violence in a steel cage. Let's put blindfolds on him. Yeah, that didn't work. Well, I mean, proof that The Undertaker wouldn't work today. Look at what they've done with Bray Wyatt.
I'll tell you what. Now the question arises, Jim Ross, who can possibly beat Big Bad Vader?
Well, I think the Sting certainly deserves a rematch. As a matter of fact, I don't know if Tony and Magda will concur with that, but they're standing by. Well, Jim, I would. Certainly Sting does deserve a rematch in such a high-impact world title match. It came down to one mistake. And, of course, Van Vader walks away the WCW World Heavyweight title. What did you think of the match, man?
I think Sting came here in the best physical shape of his life. And he showed more heart than you could ever ask of any athlete. And even though he went down...
Yes, because every lockdown card needs 47 cage matches. Because, sure. Undertaker streak coming to an end was stupid. I mean, they got some stuff out of Lesnar, but we're at a point where it's like, people don't seem to care that even if there is a payoff to Lesnar, people don't seem to care. So it's like they kind of squandered it. I like Dusty, but sometimes I like to take a jab at him as a wrestler. He was over in the ring, but I couldn't stand watching him. He was charismatic, and I think that carried a lot of his ring work. I like that video you did. Lockdown is stupid. Lockdown is stupid. It's one of the dumbest things. And it gave WWE the bright idea to gimmick the fuck out of all their pay-per-views.
The myth has been destroyed. This is the king of athletes, the king of wrestling. The man in wrestling today is Big Van Vader.
Look at Harley go. Really selling me on Big Van Vader.
Will we see a rematch, Van Vader?
The pain game has been taught. The lesson has been learned. And brother, the pain game is over for Big Van Vader. Stands on top of the world. The heavyweight champion of the world. Yeah!
Well, wrestling fans, they talk about history here at the Great American Bash. This one may go down in history as the only heavyweight title match to show.
If we're up to me, like, pay-per-views would be severely reduced. Like, severely reduced, but that's not going to happen. So. What the fuck is Jesse wearing? That is the dumbest looking thing I've ever seen.
The ecstatic and the joy that Harley Race and Van Vader are feeling right now. Why should they even worry about thinking about a rematch? The choice is up to them. If they want to give Sting one, they can. If they don't, they won't.
Well, Jess, in just a few moments, we'll return to the ring. It'll be the finals of the NWA World Tag Team Tournament. It'll be Dr. Destiny.
Yeah, good luck following that Sting Vader match, guys.
Dustin Rhodes and Barry Windham. I see that referee Ole Anderson will be assigned this contest. For the official introductions, let's go back to Gary Capetta.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is the final bout in the NWA Tag Team.
Yeah, even as a kid, I remember, like, once Sting Vader was over, I was in so much of a shock over that match that, like, oh yeah, there's the finals to the tournament. I guess I care. Hogan and Taker didn't main event their pay-per-view either. Nope, no they didn't. And they probably should have, because that one was an even worse case of, like, why didn't you close with the title match? That was like, hey, our main event is going to be the Legion of Doom and the Big Boss Man versus IRS and the Natural Disasters. That's our closer, guys. Did your jaw drop after the 3 count on the show? Yes, I fully expected Sting to win. I was like, what? The monster heel won? That almost never happens. I was shocked when Taker won over Hogan.
Outstanding matchup. Really, you have to wonder how much the new Texans have left. Let's go back to Gary Capetta.
And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents, introducing first from Austin, Texas. He weighs 261 pounds. The natural, Dustin Rhodes.
Dustin Rhodes and Barry Windham.
Windham and Austin, or Windham and Rhodes. Rhodes from Austin, Windham from Sweetwater. Senior referee Ole Anderson. Fans are a little bit of shock here. But, well, here are roaring the crowd. And it's for the Steiner brothers who are making their...
Oh, the Steiner brothers making an appearance. Here they are.
Well, we know why they're here. They're here to get their hands on Williams and Gordy. They have a rematch signed for the World Tag Titles against Dr. Death and Van Van. They want to get it on right now, and obviously that cannot happen.
That's all fine and dandy, but pick the right night to do it, and it's not tonight. Windham and Rhodes got the shot tonight to win the NWA Tag Team titles.
WCW secured it, suggesting the Steiners leave the ringside area. There are the new NWA World Tag Team Championship belts that will be awarded to the winner of this contest. And will...
All right, so those of you that are watching the show, what do you think of Great American Bash 92? Bit of a different feel to what pay-per-views are like nowadays.
Or will the two Texans of Rhodes and Windham be able to reach down and really pull this thing out, because quite frankly, their two matches, the quarterfinal match and the semifinal match, have really been challenging for them. It's going to be Barry Windham and Dr. Death Steve Williams starting it out. On an elbow tie-up. And Windham being forced back into the corner by Dr. Death. Only Anderson stepping in between them, separating them.
One thing about this matchup, you're going to be about equal in strength.
Straining his shoulder there. Trying to pull it loose.
Do you think it's awkward for the crowd seeing the same person team show up 2-3 times on the same show? It's hard to get that initial pop for them over and over again, but like we saw with WrestleMania 4, if you can really get them behind somebody, it can work. Or get a lot of heat on somebody, it's like, oh God, I want this fucker to lose. You know, it can work.
Big advantage, one advantage Windham and Rhodes are going to have. Their bodies are so long and they're so tall, they can get to the ropes easy.
Bam Gordy back in. Ladies and gentlemen, on the wrestling hotline.
Vader versus Sting was great, but like I said, I can't sit through too many tag team matches no matter how good they are. I was never a big fan of regular tag team matches. That's fair. That's why variety is great in wrestling, and that is one knock I would have on the show. It's like there isn't a lot of variety. It's just a bunch of tag matches and Sting and Vader. So if you don't like tag team wrestling, the show's not going to be for you.
Or talk to the new tag champions. I encourage you to call 1-900. Bam Gordy having a few words with Ole Anderson, and I can assure you that Anderson will not be intimidated. I understand that Vader is with the media at this point and will be taking calls after we go off the air. Nice go behind by Gordy, Dustin on the ropes.
See if we get a clean break here.
Waistlock takedown, no clean break. In the ropes. Took advantage of the situation, did Gordy.
Absolutely. And troubleshooting referee Ole Anderson, he's going to let him by with some stuff. He's a big man.
Oh, look at those elbows from Dustin.
Elbows there by Dustin Rhodes. Tremendous flurry there. Knocks Gordy down now and drops that knee right on the leg. I really think that Windham and Rhodes have got to get Gordy and Williams off their feet. I think that Williams and Gordy will have a strength advantage. Perhaps not in leverage, but I do think so in strength, especially Dr. Death.
Would you like to see Kurt Angle versus Chad Gable in an Olympic wrestling match? Not really. Not at this point, because I'm not very overly interested in seeing Kurt Angle do a lot of things, to be honest.
He can't get full leverage down on it. Smart move by Gordy. He's got Wyndham's foot so that he can't put full pressure and makes it over to the ropes.
Yes, wrestling does need variety. Now, I want to put a little, caveat there. It's like, I want variety. It doesn't mean I want every match to be gimmicked to holy hell to make them different. It's like, no, you have different talents having different styles of matches with maybe one big gimmick match if you have a feud that warrants it. Angle in his prime versus Gable, that would be a different story. That would be great, but
control of Barry. As Barry now
gets control of Dr. Death.
Certainly does. Good movement by Windham.
I remember this show is actually the first time I saw one of the first times I saw Dr. Death. I was still kind of getting used to him. And I remember thinking Dr. Death was like the coolest name ever for a wrestler. I was like, that's a cool name. He's Doctor. He's the Doctor of Death.
Still stunned at the Sting losing the World Heavyweight Championship.
WrestleMania 17 is a pretty good example of it. I love that show, and every match is different. Agreed. I was so happy when the Undertaker beat Hogan with the tombstone on the steel chair. I mean, I was a kid. I was upset at the time, but, you know, it's a historic moment now because it's Undertaker's first big title win.
And Wyndham's hand ran violently into the top turnbuckle. Here comes Terry Van Gordy in. Straight right hand. This time almost a forearm. Instead of a fist. Oh, followed him in the clothesline. And Windham is being battered here. And right now it's lateral press, leg is hooked. And
Yeah, NXT takeovers, it's pretty much you kind of can almost predict what type of matches you're going to get. You're going to get a tag title match, a women's title match, a world title match, all three of which are different just by their very nature. And then you'll get like a grudge match and maybe like something else to fill out the card, whatever that is.
Proficient at tag team wrestling. It's so tough as Dustin has control of the leg. Gordy's trying to think of a counter here. Dustin, that knee dropped right to the quadricep muscle. Turn the ankle against the grain. And drops the knee again to the thigh. Gordy able to make the tag. And now it's Dustin Rhodes and Dr. Death Steve Williams in there.
And a good move by Dustin Rhodes right there. He saw the tag, he released Gordy's shot across the ring, and got back upright again before Dr. Death Steve Williams could catch him down after the tag was made.
Headlock takedown.
Good counter move by Dustin. Didn't have it long. Side headlock takedown.
You know, Dustin Rhodes, he doesn't get a lot of credit. That dude, he can get down on the mat and wrestle. And he's known more for his work as Goldust, which was more of a gimmicky thing, but he could wrestle and trade holds.
Dr. Death got his nickname in the 9th grade. So he's had it for quite some time and has earned it on many athletic fields.
What is one pay-per-view that most of the people hate, but you really enjoyed watching? I like Taboo Tuesday. I remember that getting a lot of scathing reviews. I'm talking about Taboo Tuesday 2004. I remember that show getting a lot of negative reviews. I enjoyed that show. What went right? Beer money. Right guys, right place, right time. That's what went right. It was just instant magic.
Doc, one of the strongest men in the game. And Dustin, see, he stands over Doc. He's got that leverage, but he's pushing down.
Wow, look at this. Whoa,
Oh.
grab the hair. I love it.
Hair pull by Dr. Death.
Not very ethical, but effective, apparently.
Ethical? This is wrestling. Who cares about ethics?
Great line by Jesse.
You want them to go to Washington, Ross.
Also a great line by Jesse.
You don't care about ethics there either.
Nice arm drag takeover. And Dr. Death in the ropes. We're going to break here. And a clean one from Dustin Rhodes. Dr. Death right here on the outside, right above us.
Almost falling on you, Jim Ross. You better be awake.
I am. I'm definitely awake after what we've seen here today.
What went wrong? AJ versus Daniels. They just did the match too many times. They just worked with each other way too many friggin' times.
Well, this has been a physical, any tournament, any type tournament, very physically challenging. And Williams and Gordy wrestling their second match here tonight, and this is the third contest for Rhodes and Windham. Single leg pickup by Williams, makes the tag, and then Dustin fight out of that corner. He's got to fight out, but Doc holds on to the leg until Gordy can get there.
He's in trouble. He got caught in the corner. Here comes Gordy trying to turn him over. Half Boston Crab. Now he's going back to. He's trying to hook.
That's his Oriental twist.
The
STF.
Oriental twist again. But look at
Insert
how-
John Cena rant.
Oh, he got the chin up, though.
How to improperly lock in an STF.
Then he lifted up his chin and he allowed Bam Bam Gordy to get that forearm underneath it.
Almost a step over like move with a crossface. As Gordy is pulling back on the neck and wrenching the knee simultaneously.
And now we're going to find out just how much guts Dustin.
Who worked more together, AJ and Daniels or Cena Orton? I don't even want to bother counting either one of those. All I knew is at least AJ and Daniels I enjoyed at first. Cena Orton I never liked. So just get that match 9,000 times was just the worst.
What a maneuver by Gordy is. Dustin's got to think of those elbows will get you free from it, but get just barely able to stand up. And goes for the sleeper.
Well,
There we go.
Desperation move on the part of Dustin Rhodes. He had no alternative to
Tag
this.
it. He made the tag. Boy, that is a great tag by Gordy. reaching back while he was in trouble, making the tag to Williams. And Dr. Death now.
What went right? Dragon Ball.
in the lower back.
The world building, I guess. The characters in the world building. And the action. That was also a big part of it.
Tying Dustin up.
And I guess, Dragon Ball, the earliest incarnation, had like a lot of comedy too, so I'm sure that helped.
But Dr. Death has got it cinched in real tight, as well as having the leg hook down below. Dustin Rhodes nowhere to go on this one. You can tell the frustration.
This is Randy, but I was thinking about it, and if Randy Savage was alive and he was commentating Raw with Scott Steiner and Dusty Rhodes, I would probably watch Raw every week. I mean, that would be like a shit show every week, but it'd be hilarious. Did you ever play Dragon Ball video games? No. Never did.
They got the tag ropes there. I haven't seen too many guys use them. They're there, and theoretically, you need to be holding the tag rope when you make the tag. See the rope hanging there.
Oh, Dustin with a stunner. Jawbreaker.
To the jaw, Dr. Steve Williams.
Big roll up by Dustin.
He may have him here, and he got two out of it. Blocking Rhodes from making the tag. Only Anderson's count rather methodic.
You can see Rhodes' punches not having a lot of effect on Dr. Death Steve Williams. Williams able to tag Bam Bam.
DBZ Budokai 3 on PS2 is widely considered to be one of, if not the best Dragon Ball game. I'll take your word for it. I don't really know.
Rhodes back into
Vince would go bald with a three-man team of Savage, Steiner, and Dusty on commentary. Yeah, I agree. Movie fan, welcome back. We're actually on the final match, the finals of the tag team tournament. Barry Windham and Dustin Rhodes versus Terry Gordy and Dr. Death Steve Williams. Were you more of a WWE guy or a WCW guy? In the end, I was more of a WWE guy. Power Slam, but I went back and forth depending on which show I thought was better. Savage, Steiner, and Piper. Oh, Jesus. Vince would have died like a coronary having to deal with those three.
It's the same for both teams. That's all that matters.
That's right. If he counts fast or if he counts slow, as long as he does it the same both ways, you cannot complain. But if he does go faster for one team than another, then you do have a complaint.
Drop toe, but he got the tag.
Tag to Barry. Okay. Back body drop. Yeah, these guys look tired. You can kind of see it. They kind of look tired. It's like this is our third match. Jesus. Well, Dr. Death and Terry Gordy, it's their second, but 1, 2, no. That's not Saba Simba. That's Tony Atlas.
Got a 2 count. Got the left shoulder up.
That's Tony Atlas.
Up the leg, neutralize the lower body. Irish whip. And
Sleeper hold.
By big Barry Windham. Windham, as we said, approximately 6 feet 6 inches tall, all that leverage, and he went right over the top turnbuckle, and he may have jammed his shoulder into the ring post. Dr. Death dropped out of sight there, and Windham, I think, contacted the ring post with his shoulder. There comes Gordy back in. Williams and Gordy have made more tags in this tournament than any other team. There's that vertical suplex. And Gordy now trying to put Windham away. He may have it here. He's got that leg hook, and Barry just barely able to get his left shoulder off the canvas.
Well, you can definitely tell who's the more experienced.
That's not Bray Wyatt. That's Husky Harris.
Gordy, as you said, Jim Ross,
Yeah.
the frequent tags they're making, and
I think the Bray Wyatt gimmick had a lot more potential than Saba Simba, though, so Piper shitting on it wasn't the biggest loss.
they are the best in the world. If they get beat here, you consider it an upset.
I mean, honestly, I'd rather the commentary is so bad. I would probably have an easier time watching the show if it was just silent.
Not only his own weight, trying to gain that oxygen to get more energy, but he's also having to carry a portion of Terry Bam Bam Gordy's weight. And that is a tremendous challenge, especially when you consider this is Windham and Rhodes' third match of the night. Side headlock. One of wrestling's most basic maneuvers. A maneuver that Ed Strangler Lewis over the years won many championships with and retained his with a basic side headlock.
And you know that, Ross. At your age, I'm sure you watched Strangler many
Big suplex by Barry Windham.
I never got a chance to. You know, when you're only 32 years old, you weren't around when Strangler was around. But when you're 49, Jim Ross, you had a chance to see him, right?
Dr. Death comes back in. We don't want to get into age. Your birthday coming up Wednesday. Kicked right to the chest. Williams is so physical. Everything he does is painful. And Windham caught him in the head.
Guess what the #1 contenders match for the Universal Belt is tomorrow night? Well, it's Lashley versus Reigns, right?
Again, look at Dr. Death grabbing the leg, pulling back on Barry Windham, stopping him from making the tag to the natural Dustin Rhodes.
Can't get that tag to Dustin.
All he's got to make the tag.
Look at their arms flapping in the breeze out there, but beating nothing.
Got that long wingspan, but Williams, all his strength, able to pull Gordy back, or tag Gordy, pull Windham back to the corner. And Gordy dropped the elbow right in Wyndham's face.
Williams holds him in there, makes the legal tag, holds him until Gordy can measure him. And look at this series of elbows.
Went for 1 too many right there. Windham got out of the way, but he hits several of them, and Windham still can't make the tag.
And again, you notice Rhodes is on the wrong side of the turnbuckle. This kid better learn tag team wrestling a little bit better.
Ronda Rousey is having a bit of a breather while Nia has her in a bear hug. Did he really make that call? That's hilarious.
Well, he got there right now, and it came in with a lot of vengeance.
Way to really undersell the bear hug, dude.
Also, good officiating, sending Terry Bam Bam Gordy out. Front face lock by Dr. Steve Williams. And this, as elementary as it looks, if you've ever participated in athletics, in wrestling that is, one of the most painful maneuvers in the sport, a front face lock. Interesting move here.
I can only imagine the boos for Hogan raising Roman's hand after he beats Lesnar. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Version of an abdominal stretch. Same move. Got the leg hook, got the shoulder bent back, stretching and pulling. Tough to breathe from that position for Barry Windham. And when it's their third match of the night, they need all the oxygen they can possibly get.
Perspiration running off the face of Dr. Steve Williams, who has Barry Windham in a submission maneuver.
And he's got it hooked and hooked well. And look at that. In great position. If he wants to tag, he can tag. I'm speaking, of course, of Dr. Steve Williams.
Barry in the ropes now.
There's the tag. That's been the key in this tournament, as you said, Jim Ross. Gordy and Williams cutting off the ring, keeping themselves strategic in good spots to make the tags when they need to.
Drop down by Barry.
Oh! Man, they cracked their heads together. Ran right together. Did Gordy and Windham. And both are down now. Here are the finals of the NWA World Tag Team Title Tournament.
Come on, Barry, get the tag.
Notice Gordy's closer to his corner than Windham is to his.
Gordy,
Tag. Here comes Dr. Death.
And Barry gets the tag. Dustin's in.
Dustin Rhodes in. Right hand to the elbow. Another right hand. But Dr. Death from behind.
Come on, ref, get one of them out of there.
They caught the kid right in the spine.
You know, if you're going to take them both on, you got to go one to the other, back and forth, back and forth. You can't concentrate and go to the corner with just one guy when they're both in the ring, and that's the mistake.
Michael Cole and Graves were like, what are you talking about? That's funny.
Into a front face lock, back down on the mat, and again, Gordy and Williams with a distinct advantage in this bout.
Gordy and Williams wrestling almost exclusively in tandem, tag team action. And Doc, that front face lock, Jess, you felt that in your career. As I said earlier, it's one of the most painful maneuvers in the game.
It's a wear-out maneuver, but if you got it on too long, it could be a submission maneuver.
Especially when you get the strength of Dr. Steve Williams.
Absolutely. And look at how they've cut the ring off again. Dustin Rhodes in the wrong side of the ring, the wrong half.
Oh, knee to the gut.
Ooh, and Doc looks like he hurt his knee on that one. He delivered the knee, but grabbed it immediately after.
Gordy back in. Doc made a quick tag. Back in there now. Irish whip far side.
Oh, big clothesline.
And he caught all of it.
Could be over.
Could be, and it probably should be over right here. And we got 2 out of it. Dustin Rhodes trying to fight his way out of the
Come on, Dustin.
his adversaries here. This would be what a late fight. This kid just he keeps fighting.
Dustin won't go down. Look at him go.
Move by the young guy, but he gets cut off again. The veterans that they are and the best tag team in my
Do you agree that The Rock left the business at the best time? Yes. Yes, I do.
Whips him in. Dr. Death's got him.
Up, Oklahoma Stampede.
To the corner. Dr. Death takes him to another corner, carrying a 260 around.
Oh, look at Barry.
A window with a drop kick. Rhodes on top.
No.
Williams kicks out.
smart move there by Barry Windham's Dr. Death holding Dustin Rhodes up a little bit too long. Windham outside the ring, battling it out with Bam Bam Gordy.
Oh, missed the splash. Dustin goes for the Bulldog, but no. Clunks heads with Terry Gordy. Big lariat. 1, 2, 3. Dr. Death and Terry Gordy are the new NWA World Tag Team Champions. Now they hold both the WCW and the NWA tag titles.
Dr. Steve Williams and Terry Bam Bam Gordy, in a span of 7 days, have not only won the most prestigious title in wrestling, the WCW World Title.
One more stream. No, God, no, dude. Dude, I'm done for today. Lashley will face Brock Lesnar at the next pay-per-view. And that's better than Reigns.
Not only the NWA titles, but they got the WCW World Heavyweight titles also. They got all 4 of them.
Well, without a doubt, they have got to be considered as the greatest tag team in the game today. Their rematch with the Stein Brothers is really going to be, I got to think of Bloodletting. It's going to be awesome. But right now they are, without a doubt, the greatest tag team in wrestling today. World champions and NWA champions.
Let's see the ending right here.
Boom, huge clothesline.
By Dr. Death. Dustin Rhodes literally
The rumor is a 3-way with Lashley, Lesnar, and Reigns. Also, don't care. Like, none of those appeal to me.
But you gotta give Windham and Rhodes credit. They put up one hell of a match for their 3rd match of the evening. There you see Williams down, Ole Anderson.
2 more streams. No, dude.
Arriving just a split second too late.
We all know Strowman's getting the belt in the end, so it doesn't even matter. A fair point, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Jim Ross.
All right, we're going to get
big win for Dr. Death, Steve Williams.
a word from the new tag team champions before we sign off.
Champions of the world. There's no
We do 2 streams next week. Most likely not. Most likely not. I was able to do it today because I had more free time and because I really wanted to watch Sting and Vader again, so I figured I might as well stream it.
Executives, the lawyers from Japan, are they excited now? Call him the hotline, buddy. We're going to call him and tell everybody we are the champion NWA WCW.
tag team champions of the world here.
Well, there's no doubt about that, you know. We told everybody time and time again what we was going to do. We went out and we did.
How about they abolish the Universal Belt and they fight over a lollipop or something? Why not?
Right here, and it's going to be a long, long time before you find a team that can beat this one right here.
They are the tag team champions of the world, Mangum.
A lot of excitement here tonight. You tag team champions. I'm not quite surprised about that as I was what happened earlier with Big Van Vader, but the whole wrestling world's got to be buzzing about what's happening in WCW.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like they're 2 big storylines where Vader and Sting in the tag tournament, and heels won in both of them.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next pay-per-view event will be on Sunday, October 25th. It will be Halloween Havoc. We hope that you'll be a part of that tremendous event.
That awesome Halloween Havoc logo.
On our television network, not only around the country, but on TBS.
Can you grow a beard? I could try. I've thought about growing out a goatee, actually.
Ross, and I'll tell you why. Because your heroes all got beat tonight. You know, it's not a happy crowd here in Albany, Georgia, but things happen like that in World Championship Wrestling. A new heavyweight champion of the world, Big Van Vader, and without a doubt, the top tag team throughout the entire world because they hold both belts, and that's Dr. Death Steve Williams and Terry Bam Bam Gordy. You can go cry in your soup now, Ross.
All right, thanks very
Jesus.
much for that advice. Well, I want to tell you that the matchup coming up with Williams and Gordy against the Steiner brothers, as we know, have been signed. It'll be during the Great American Bash Tour, and of course, the tour is going to be going on until August the 16th. Also, ladies and gentlemen, when we go off the air, remember that if you'd like to be a part of the wrestling hotline, we might want to go back and hear what Big Van Vader and Harley Race are saying. Also, the new NWA Tag Team Champions, Williams and Gordy, on the hotline as well.
Absolutely, it's a chance for the fans.
Was Kid you sad that heels won at the end of the show? Not really, because I was more shocked by it than anything else, and really more for Sting and Vader. That was the thing that was like, oh my God, I want to see Sting come back and beat this guy.
The ring post, that was more than he could sustain.
Yep, it spelled the end for Sting. Sting, a great champion.
Would you be up for reviewing movies on this channel? I've done it before. I haven't made it as much of a regular thing lately. Actually, I just reviewed the last Godzilla movie. Posted that video this morning. But it's what is that, WCW and Fox Kids Club? What the hell? Why is there a sign promoting Fox Kids Club? But anyway, yeah, I could review movies if it like tickles my fancy or if I have time to do it. But it's not something I'm going to be doing like every week, like review a movie or something. And actually, my kaiju movie reviews, I say that my kaiju movie reviews are going to be starting up in September, so you'll have that to look forward to. There are the end credits. I remember being so weirded out by that, seeing end credits on a wrestling show. Because I'd never seen that before in a wrestling show, because, again, I watched all WWE. Kaiju, Japanese giant monsters. I'm going to be reviewing a lot of that shit. All right, we are just about done here, pros. So once again, everybody, thank you so much for joining me for these extra friggin' streams here. Like, we went really long today, but I had a lot of fun. I got to relive my favorite match in WCW history on the first WCW pay-per-view I ever watched, and I got to watch two really good episodes, one of Saturday Night's Main Event and one of the Clash of Champions. So a lot of good stuff on today's stream. So thank you all for watching me for this entire time. What's your favorite numerical group for WrestleManias? I don't know. I'd have to go back and think about it. Yeah, thank you all for watching. This was a lot of fun today. And the stream will start up next week. It won't be as long as this one. There won't be an extra stream or anything like that. But you all enjoy what's left of your weekend, and I will see you all later. So peace out, everybody.